Astral Odyssey contains mature themes such as raunchy jokes, intense combat, and colorful language. Everything you'd expect from a space pirate crew. Viewer discretion is advised.
I think everyone has an inspiration, unless somebody burned theirs last.
There were quite a few inspirations burned at the very end of that session there.
Pretty sure Gibby and Hank both burned theirs.
I still have mine.
I still got mine.
Gibby, do you want to do it, or do you want me to?
Do the honors. I'll get the next one.
Last session, we had a wonderful experience of seeing Hank and Ash try to bamboozle their way off into the ship, actually. And there they discovered that quite a few things happened. Alwyn, the ship's cook, had gotten himself captured. And during that capturing, Ash and Hank had decided to dress up as a star-crossed lovers who happened to go on a joyride with a ship that just happened to crash in nearby a crime scene. There we were picked up by marshals, and through some complicated bits of lying and slight deception, we managed to sneak on board the ship, where Hank orchestrated a distraction by faking a fight with a marshal, and his girlfriend, the disguised Ashley, managed to seduce said marshal. There, Hank went into jail to get closer to Alwyn, while Ashley managed to scout out the ship after stealing the head guard's access card, I believe. Before they had gone captured, however, they had managed to send off a message towards the Croissant, and after a bit of time, they realized that, hey, they haven't returned, so they've probably gotten captured, and now it's up to them to probably break us out, even though we have them right where we want them. This is all according to plan.
All according to plan. Stuck on a ship with like 16 odd marshals, headed towards a planet to be handed over to the local administrator, who you all talked to in a little message last time, but did not respond to yet.
And we are all handcuffed. Both of us are handcuffed, besides Ash, who is hiding in the bathroom.
Not in a bathroom.
Not quite in a bathroom. But yeah, that was a good recap. You can go ahead and take a point of inspiration for that. The only other things I can really think of, so currently you all are down one bike as Alwyn's was destroyed after he was taken prisoner on board the ship, and they currently have your all's lander in their docking bay under kind of lock and key from where they had brought you on board. Also, the Sacrificium Soleil is on its way, but not here yet. This map is very close together, but for the current purposes, the Sacrificium Soleil still has a bit of time, almost 2 hours, until they can get to where the ship is going to be intercepted at. As you all traveled a bit before going into your plan of trying to make a bit of a fight and a bit of a scene to grab that key card. So you all are currently halfway to the planet Agast, which is where Davith is kind of set up and located, and the majority of his martial forces are. So, the Sacrificium Soleil on an intercept course, you all are about halfway. And currently, Ash is invisible still, I believe, correct? You went to one of the engines, and you have 10 minutes worth of invisibility, right?
An hour.
An hour of invisibility.
Yes, normal invisibility lasts for an hour. So it will run out eventually, but I have some time before it does.
Alright, real quick, I'm going to take us to just the overall system map here of Larkus. The Sacrificium Soleil on its way on their intercept course. You all are going to be cutting it kind of close aboard the Soleil. You can go quite a bit faster than this kind of old beaten down ship that the marshals are in. Not that you are hyper aware of that. You only have base level readouts of another ship in the area. Nothing identifying yet. Or else they would have seen you all as well. But you all are on that intercept course. We're going to start off with aboard the Sacrificium Soleil, as the captain is currently piloting, slamming the engines just about as hard as she can, trying to make up for the distance that you all were just kind of pitter-paddling around within the asteroid belt, waiting for word from everyone else. So, aboard the Sacrificium Soleil, Aster and Dee Dee. The captain has asked for either of you to try to come up with a way to either cut off the communication of the Marshal ship once you all get closer, or disable them, prevent them from running, or try to turn off their big guns. Whatever you can do, you need to cripple this ship. You know it is armed with heavier ordnance than your all's. Actually, you all wouldn't know what it's armed with currently. You've not seen the ship. You know that it has those cannons from when they bombarded the asteroids you all were in, though. So the captain has asked for countermeasures against that. If you are going to try to get over there and rescue the crew, you need to be able to get close enough to board the ship physically. You can't just blow it out of the sky. So what are Dee Dee and Aster working on right now?
I have a question first. Would 2 hours be enough for me to get a short rest?
Not if you're also doing stuff aboard the ship. Like, if you're also wanting to get a bunch of stuff done, like, it's only an hour for a short rest, so you could get an hour in, but that would effectively, like, cut in time, like, in half the time you have to prepare for this meeting with the marshals.
Because I could take silence or whatever it is again. Because I can change. Because I'm a cleric, I can change on short rest, right? I don't have to wait for long rest.
Long rest, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, never mind then.
Everyone has to wait on long rest. But you would get Eternal Divinity back on short rest, Smile.
Yeah, I'm probably just thinking Baldur's Gate. That's fine then. Well, never mind. What can we do?
I've been trying to figure that out for like 3 hours. So Ash is in the engine room, right? Like, we figured that out.
You don't know that, actually.
Well, we don't know that. But
you know that they're aboard the Marshal ship. What was the message you sent out, Ash? It was like, hey, Uncle, we got, like, held up. Be back home soon, or something like that.
Yeah, we're heading back to the Arboretum planet. Our cook isn't feeling well. So the two things they know is that we're heading to that planet, and that Alwyn isn't feeling well, which is code for he's in trouble.
Right.
But that's it. That's all we could get away with without it being too obvious.
Well, the only other thing I can maybe personally do is try to thunderbolt it or call lightning and try to like fry its electronics. That's the only thing I think I can personally do, like on approach. Otherwise it'd just be attempting to effectively lead the crew.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the crew ready for, like, boarding. So you could get, like, a bunch of people in, like, a bunch of different tethers that you could set up, maybe in the hold or something like that. Just to let people get off and on really quickly and easily.
Yeah, we'd probably set up, I think... We do know size-wise we're approximately, like, equal in size, right?
Approximately, yeah. You saw the outboard cameras on that meteor, so you know roughly what size ship you're dealing with. And you all are about the same size. The only difference is armaments. You all only have those kind of those 4 laser like turret things that are effectively just small arms fire. But you also have the larger spore cannon that hasn't really been messed with yet.
No, it has not. That would be the other thing I think that we can use to try to somehow approach.
I mean, if we fire a concentrated shot of like, because we have spores. If we fire like crimson spores, we could take out all of their engines at once. But
also very dangerous because you don't really know the size of payload you're putting out here and how the cannon works. So it'd be a first time test fire on a active moving target. So it's definitely something you can do for sure, though.
I mean, yeah, because if I remember correctly from last time, we figured out we didn't want to wait till they got to the planet to try to save them. So
it would be a lot harder once they get close to that planet.
Right. So I mean, we need to make them stop, and we need to make sure they can't communicate. But it, if you're talking about frying their whole electrical system, then all we have to do is blow a hole in it.
You also have different kinds of spores too. I mean, you could do like verdant, and a good verdant shot could, make it so their cannons can't move anymore because they're wrapped up in vines, or a really good blue spore, zephyr spore shot could knock them to the side of effectively pit maneuvering them.
Hit maneuver in space.
I mean, there's Atmo in space,
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking about what we're doing in this prep time, I think Dee Dee's gonna go down there and prep a couple of canisters then for this cannon, or however it fires. I assume it's like canisters that it
So it
fires
seems to
in.
have like an incubation chamber that you can insert the. Actually, give me an investigation check to kind of give this cannon a more thorough once over.
Sure. Nice, 16.
16's not bad. Okay. With a 16 investigation check, you have done quite a bit of research on these spores and how they operate in cannons and stuff like that. This is quite a bit more advanced of a delivery system, but it's effectively the same mechanics happening. It's using a almost like a rail system, but it is a rail system for arcana. So instead of moving like a metal through magnets, it's moving magic through a series of just systems that will pull that magic out in a direction. So it's effectively an arcana rail cannon that's built to take these spores and launch them at high velocity at a target. The activation system for them seems to be set up initially to activate on a wider area, using like moisture in the atmosphere of a planet to be able to start propagating it. So you're going to have to design something to allow it to work without an outside source of water, because it needs to activate whenever it hits something, right? So that's the big thing that you're going to need to try to figure out in the next 2 hours. You can set up the canister system pretty easily. You understand the incubation chamber, you get how it works, but you're going to have to modify something so it, instead of activating just in space, it's activating, where you're shooting it.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay, do you actually want to tinker with some ideas and bring them to me, or do you want to start rolling for some inspiration, or?
I figured you were probably going to make me do rolls for craftsmanship, but I kind of already have an idea of how this would work. I was gonna draw it out and paint.
Sure, yeah, you can absolutely draw down paint. And
Nice.
Depending on the complexity and how much sense like your schematics make, it'll make the roll easier for you.
Fair enough.
But yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
No, go for it.
Aster is probably, as I said, he's probably basically getting the crew ready, getting the people on the turrets and telling them that basically we're on a rescue mission for Ash, fucking Hank, and Alwyn. I'm just, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. You can. Who are? Do you have on guns currently? Is it the same? I think you gunners are Jurgis, Winston, Jasmine, and Lash currently.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the others who aren't there, aka boy, that's probably, so that would be, I guess, be Ash's crew and probably Gorbear and Bach. Are probably waiting in the hold, and I think the plan is to have everyone basically with a ranged weapon to basically just hold the door, and we're gonna wait here and hope that they're gonna come to us.
Sure. Let me remove one of these bikes that got destroyed really quick. I forgot to do that. You all don't got that bike no more.
No.
And the lander is currently not in here. So you have 3 other bikes. Are you wanting any of the crew like ready to go on those to try to make it over to the ship, or like what's the plan once you actually are getting into contact with the marshal ship? Like you have the gunners up front. Are they going to just open small arms fire or like your laser banks fire, or because you don't want to destroy the marshal ship because you know Ash and them are on there, so.
There's nothing weird with spaceships like a shield, right? That we would have to take down first?
Depends on the ship. I'm not going to say blanket that there is nothing like a shield, because there are absolutely that technology exists. You're not sure. These seem to be more rinky dinks. You're in a pretty like outer worlds system, so
I didn't know if they existed in the universe at all.
In universe, yes, shields do exist. You're not sure if this backwater would have something like that. And your all's doesn't, because you're not a military craft, you're a pleasure yacht.
Okay. Probably yes. I think I don't know how we're gonna approach this, like if we're gonna have stealth or not. That would be the other question.
Yeah, I mean, that's a conversation you can have with Crow if you want to. The captain's on board the ship. She might have an idea of how she's going to bring the ship in.
I mean, just looking at the map, it doesn't seem like it'd be possible for us to stealth. We wouldn't be inside the asteroid belt at that point.
You're in open space right now, and if they don't already have something of your ship on sensors, then that's surprising. So yeah, stealth would be hard.
Stealth is okay. Stealth is not an option.
That's going to be a concern as you get closer too, because right now it might just look like a ship is out there, but as you get closer, they're going to know that someone's coming for them. So.
You know what? Fuck it. I will go have a conversation with Crow.
Yeah, absolutely. The captain is up on the helm right now. She's piloting the ship on the intercept course. You can see the massive star in the center of this system. You are kind of heading at an angle towards it right now, and still a bit too far out to really see like the profile of the Marshal ship or anything through the window at the front, but the captain gives you a nod as you walk in and says, all right, quartermaster, what do we got?
Well, the crew is as ready as I can make them. I just wish to go over some finer details of the plan here.
Yeah, hit me.
As much as I detest saying it, what is one more lie, I suppose? The main problem I see is getting in close. And I have an idea, I suppose, that could remedy that.
All right. I'm all ears.
Consider, I suppose, we hail them and make some form of asking for assistance or something in regards to the nice broadcast we just saw. Referring to, of course, the one where Davith was wanting to come meet us.
Yeah. Davith said that you all need to turn yourself over or they'd find you.
It would not be the first time we've done the false surrender, I suppose.
Do you think Ash and them got made? You were down on the planet. Who all did they see?
I only saw one of them, and he was not looking at me, but rather looking at... I think it was Hank, who was chasing him out. Who Misty stepped out, or was that Alloy?
Allowan, I think, was the two of them were outside when you were outside for sure. Allowan and Hank
Yeah,
both.
I think somebody attempted to grapple him and he rolled a nat 20.
Something like that, yeah. But you just know that those two were definitely made because neither of them were disguised or anything. You saw the three of you were outside in the rain with that marshal who definitely clocked those two.
Alan was disguised when we were on planet.
Who?
Alan.
Yeah, I said that the three of them and the marshal were outside at the time. So he so he definitely clocked the three of you, so they know that who Allowan and Hank are.
I was a disguised person on planet.
Right.
Oh, were you?
That's what I was saying, yeah. Alan was disguised.
Okay. Hank wasn't, though.
Yes.
They definitely know Hank.
I believe Hank is the only one confirmed to be caught.
Well, I think if Ash and Hank are undercover, we might be okay. But if they got found out, us approaching's going to be a lot more difficult. We can try to give them a message or a call or something, but if they don't buy it, that might cost us.
At the moment, we don't have any other real way to approach. There's not exactly cover here for us to make use of.
Yeah, we got 3 of those bikes still in there. I don't know how capable any of our people are of taking out an engine or gun emplacements, but that might be an option too. Honestly, between you and me, and I'd never tell Dee Dee this, but I'm really banking on her being a genius again.
Oh god.
It would... Well, I suppose she hasn't let us down yet.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping for a stroke of brilliance that makes this entire rescue operation feasible, but worst case scenario, I imagine we're faster than them. So if they make a break for August, we're going to be able to get in front of them pretty easy. Now, those cannons seemed bigger than any ordnance we got, unless we, and she kind of nods at the front of the ship where that cannon is attached. She goes, unless we did something drastic with that thing, but I'm kind of hoping that if Ash is available enough to send that message, that they'll have something figured out where they'll be able to hop off that ship as soon as we're nearby. And maybe this is just, a pickup and not a combat. But we should be prepared to be a good distraction for that group one way or another, I think.
I have some of the crew waiting down, ready to receive them.
Let's tell everyone to keep aim on engines and gun emplacements. We're not one to deal any critical shots here and blow up the thing, at least before we know our bullets are off. We'll have the hangar open and maybe some of those bikes around in case we need to pick one of them up. But yeah, otherwise we'll see what Dee Dee comes up with, because I'm kind of out of ideas. Otherwise, we can get up on them pretty quick, but that's not assuming we're not going to take some punches if we do it.
I will go inform the gunners.
See if you can give Dee Dee a hand with anything she needs to.
As you command.
We'll be on them in 30 minutes, so tell everyone to be ready. Stay sharp.
Yes, Captain. I'm making sure everyone in the loading bay also has tethers.
Yep.
I'm just saying it out loud.
So what's the crew in the bay currently? You've got those 4 on the guns. You have Bach and Gorbear that both have training on the bikes. Ash's crew is also all available. Boyd, Dimitri, Strega, and Rog. And a lot of them have some magical powers as well.
Yes, it's probably going to be those Sits. I don't think Iga has ever been in combat. Jackson technically has one arm, kind of two. Nadi's not combat, and, well, yeah. No, Nadi's not going to be there. And Venna is not going to be there, so yeah, just those Sits.
Okay, so you got those 6 in the hold. A couple of them on bikes if they need to be deployed out. The other ones just with tethers and rifles, right?
Yes.
Okay, and back over to Dee Dee. I saw that you posted your idea.
I did.
I like it. The
Yay!
only problem you're going to run into is you are dreadfully short on raw materials, but you are incredibly crafty and are used to working with junk and jury rigging something together out of it. So go ahead and give me your Tinker's Tools check. So that will be intelligence plus proficiency. And if Aster wants to, he can give the help action on this.
Yeah. I'd probably have, or might want, maybe Nadi. Have Nadi, instead of she's not in the hold, be in there helping with the cannon.
Yeah, sure. Oh, that's actually a great idea.
I'm dumb and I don't know what that means. Do I just add my intelligence modifier to my d20?
Yeah, Nadia is going to give you the help action by Druid crafting the canister and the plungers and stuff you need for this. So you're going to roll 2d20, take the highest, and you're going to add 7 to it, and that'll be the roll.
Okay, thank you. Well, if that first one was a 3, I'm glad she's got the help action. That one's not better. That was a 6 plus 7, so 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, would you like to re-roll that?
Yeah.
You gonna use an inspiration?
Would. Yeah.
All right, go for it.
These are important. Oh, thank God. That's a dirty 20.
Hell yeah. Yeah, with a dirty 20, the first couple ones you put together fall apart. Like you just have the hardest time trying to get the material that will operate the way you want it to. Just that alone is being a pain in the ass. But once Aster sends Nadi and she starts crafting components of it out of that rose crystal, it gets a lot easier because you're able to give her very specific specs and then like watch her mold it almost like clay into the parts you need. Once that's set up, you make a very functional canister that can be deployed from this system. The downsides of this canister system, this will not fire as powerfully because there are parts of it that aren't made of, arcane energy like the spores are.
Right.
So that's just nothing for the rail system to like grab onto. So you're just adding mass to something without giving it any extra propellant. So it slows it down significantly, which just cuts the range it can go. It won't be like a huge hit to the range, but you're guessing you can get like a solid like 200 feet before it will start spinning, and then it won't guarantee that it will activate because it needs to hit that plunger. So you lose the ability for it to be as potent over 200 feet, and you're imagining like if it has to go 400 feet, the round's going to be lost. It's just going to fly off its trajectory entirely. So that's the range for this cannon right now is 200 feet for regular shot, 400 with disadvantage. The other negative of it is it does have to make contact with something. It's not a timed charge. So it has to be a good shot, and this cannon is mounted and doesn't have a lot of wiggle room to it. That's something you can fix in the future, but not right now. You could add like a pivot to it, but this was just grafted onto the front of the ship. It wasn't meant to hit anything besides an atmosphere, so it didn't need to be able to like swivel or anything. So the captain has to be flying pretty straight on target for this to be something that you all can fire.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the system seems to work, and it is a massive charge of spores that you can put into one of these. Just in the diameter of like the package it was able to deliver with your modifications and everything, you're able to do something a lot larger than any cannonball you've worked on before. Like almost 4 times the amount of spores can be packed into one of these.
We're just gonna blow the whole ass off this battle cruiser, guys. Don't worry about it.
We'll just kill the party that's over there, and then it's not a problem anymore. We don't have to rescue anyone.
Listen,
Big true.
what I'm hearing is it's 2 birds with 1 stone, okay? Like,
this could be really great with like Verdant or Zephyr in that it would send them careening if a Zephyr spore charge of that size hit them. Like it would be a massive shockwave that sent the ship spiraling. Or you could put enough Verdant spores on it that it would basically coat the entire ship in them. So you've got options for what you can do besides just wanton destruction.
I thought that was our motto. No, I was gonna, Dee was gonna, present what she had made to the captain and everything, and try to figure out exactly how they wanted to approach this.
Sure. Aster, you join Dee Dee up there as you are getting closer, and Dee Dee is presenting these like schematics in the first test canister, and the captain gives you a wink at Aster as she looks over to Dee Dee and nods, says, "Yeah, that should work."
I tried to make it out of the arcade machines at first, Captain, but Nodi came in with better supplies.
Yeah, we like that girl. All right, let's see. And she kind of opens up the like interior canister to see the size of the round, and her eyebrows kind of raise. She goes, "All right, that might not be a bad idea. I got to be straight on for this shot, you said?"
Yes, Captain. I haven't had a chance to make the front loader gambling yet. I need rotos for that.
How many shots can you think this thing can fire? Like, how quickly can it be reloaded? Very difficult.
I don't think we established that.
Yeah, you've not yet, and you've never even fired this gun once before. You really aren't sure like what the process is to rearm it right now.
Dee Dee kind of looked up off to the side and rubbed the back of her neck, and she was like, "Well, Captain, I I've never used a railgun system before. They were always a bit more advanced than anything I was ever around, but you know, in a pinch, I could probably be quick about it.
Alright, so maybe we just assume we have the one shot for now, right?
Your one shot should really count, Captain.
She nods.
So whatever you put in there, we have to be sure that that's what we want to do with it.
Right. Well, what do you think would be best in there? And she kind of looks over, and Kai is kind of just been floating around the command room with her for a while you two have been busy. So Kai's over in a corner under one of the desks playing with... you're not sure what that is. Where did he get that? It's what looks like a coloring book almost, but it does not seem to be a child's coloring book.
It's the curse word coloring book.
Yeah, it's one of those adult coloring books. But Kai is finger painting, and his fingers are just leaving behind colors from something, like just magic, you know? So he's just watercolor painting with his fingers on his paper and stuff like that over in the corner, and she gives him a nod and says, well, we've got options, at least, so what do you think would go best here?
Well, some verdant spores could theoretically grasp the turrets and prevent them from shooting us.
But they could still fly.
They could, but the flying is less of an issue, I think.
The captain nods a bit and says, yeah, maybe if we can find a blind spot, get behind them where those cannons aren't pointing our direction, and then lock them up, that could give us time to maybe breach into the ship, or for our boys to escape out of it.
It would have to be planned and timed perfectly, Captain, for some kind of dual strike. If we do gum up the turrets with the verdant spores, then perhaps our boys on the laser turrets can, at least for a brief time, disable their engines, long enough for our boys to get off.
She thinks for a second, says, Dee Dee, what if, I know this would be a lot to ask of you, but if we filled that thing with midnight and had a big tentacly mass of midnight spores all over that ship, do you think you could control it?
Dee Dee thought about it for a long time. I've never tried to connect with spores that did not originate from my body, but I don't see why we couldn't excuse the metaphor, I don't see why we couldn't put some of me in there.
Like, filled up with potential midnight, and then put a drop of yours in there, and let yours mingle with it whenever the water hits it, right?
I just worry it would dry out very quickly, Captain, but I don't see why not.
She kind of thinks for a second, nods, says, yeah, that could be the danger. If that's a lot of midnight we'd be making, that would drain you pretty quick, wouldn't it?
Well, Captain, that's also... I don't know if that's exactly what we should use that shot for, but what if I made a second one that, if we got close, you could simply throw over there?
It's also an option. I do worry if we're close enough to throw, we're close enough to get absorbed in whatever it is we're putting out. And she kind of hefts the big, like, canister and says, I don't imagine this thing's going to explode small.
Sorry. Dee Dee shrugged. Oh, it'll explode with whatever we put in there. I'm willing to try whatever, Captain. Either works for me.
It's a lot to gamble. Maybe we just keep that midnight idea in our back pocket for now, and we go with the verdant. That seems a bit safer for a first-time trial.
Dee Dee thought about it for a moment. Well, Captain, I don't really need to be here for the rest of the plan to take place. What if I just go with the boarding party and go over there? I'm small, and the bikes are small, and surely I could at least get close. Especially if they're distracted from fire from you.
That's true, too. I'm not opposed to either of you being on the away team to try to rescue our boys, but maybe we try to... I'll try to get us close enough to get a shot on with the load up the verdant. We'll try to lock up their cannons to give you all a clear path to be able to make a board. And I'll stay in a blind spot long enough for you all to get back. That's going to be the plan for now, right?
Dee Dee nodded and smiled. I like this plan.
Alright, and maybe we'll give the boys inside a chance to do something if they're in a pickle. But we can't count on that. Let's assume that they're going to be stuck and we're going to have to board. And if we're lucky, that's not the case. Alright, that is the plan over on the Sacrificium Soleil as you all are continuing to travel 30 minutes out from your goal. And we will swap back over to the Marshal ship with our 3 crew members currently on board. Ash, you have just disappeared a little bit ago. You've made your way to the engine room after spending a little bit of time on the bridge. You have approximately, I'm going to say 40 minutes left on your invisibility. While you are over in kind of like just an unchecked area, even though the ship is abuzz right now and alarm blares are going off because Hank was discovered to be one of the crew members that you all were searching for, and you disappeared. So everyone is on alert right now and looking around the ship actively. Hank and Alwyn in the cages. There are marshals in the room watching you. All of your equipment is locked up in lockers. The lockers are right over here on this wall.
On which wall? Sorry.
I've got a light on it. But there are 3 marshals in there currently. One of them has been asking Hank questions, mainly about the other names of the crew members that were on on PAX with the other marshal there, just trying to find out information about the name of your all ship, what you're doing in the sector, just going through basic interrogation and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you all doing over here?
Do you two have something hatched up? Or do you want me to go first?
I've got a couple of ideas, but it's one of the things that it's probably going to wait until after. Because I guess the first thing I have to ask is, so I assume that there is ventilation, like on a ship this size, just because it's closed the door, or everything's closed, and air needs to circulate, otherwise it is a fucking miserable experience.
Yeah, there are air vents.
Okay, and just roughly, does Hank see any of them nearby, or?
Make a perception check for me. There's none in your cell.
Well, that is a 21.
Sure. With a 21, you see that there are air vents along this wall here, above the ceiling. It looks like a kind of a big line with a grate around it along the top paneling.
There. The cages, are they like actual cages where like they're see-through with like barbs? Or are they like there's an actual wall and then
no, we'll say it's actual
just
cages. These are meant to be holding cells, but they were like added to the ship. It's not like part of the original design. So it is like actual barred cages. Yeah. But both of you currently have handcuffs on that are covering your entire hands, preventing semantic components for spells. And the guards are around, so they would hear any verbal components if you were wanting to do any spell work.
And we got
most of my question.
we got 3 fillers here with us. Is that the stink of it?
Yep, 3 marshals in the room. One of them currently questioning Hank over here, and then these 2 over by the lockers, just kind of talking off and on, and occasionally like kicking at you or whatever. It looks like both of those people have stun batons and pistols, and this one over here has a like shotgun on his back and a stun baton.
Hey, what was your name again? He's looking at the closer feller.
My name was Shut the Fuck Up and Get Back.
Right, okay, so shut the fuck up and get back. I am dying for a smoke, you know? You think you could just fish me out one?
He snarls at you and just kind of turns his head, ignoring you.
Right, alright. Okay, so just to make things clear, you did see that, you know, this may be a fish y'all don't want to pull on the line too tight. If you saw who I'm affiliated with.
Yeah, we saw. Looks like someone that might have a pretty big bounty on their head, honestly.
Yeah, you know, you're not the first ones to think that, and I'm gonna be real sad because you're just gonna be another stain left when I leave here. Can we just? Yeah, I don't want to see that. You seem like a nice fella, aside from being an asshole.
Shut the fuck up and move back in your cell.
I'm in my cell. I mean,
he kicks at the bars where you're standing and says, "Move back."
Like back where? Like back towards you? I mean, shut the fuck up and move back. That's a long name. Did your mama name you that, or was it your daddy after he like put the bad load and got you?
He pulls out his pistol, and his buddy's like, "Don't let him fucking rile you up, man. Just fucking ignore him. He's going to. We got him. He's fine. We got him. Like he's just trying to rile you up." And his buddy kind of.
If you hit him in the face with a fist, I'll answer a question. I don't mind.
The guy talking to you says, "Hey, don't talk to them. Pay attention to me over here." and the dude kind of like spits through the bars onto your chest, Alwyn, and then holsters his pistol and turns back to his friend.
Pussy.
Well, I did try to make things, work well for you, so I'll make sure to put shut the fuck up and back up, on you so they can identify the body.
They are purposefully ignoring you now, it seems.
That's good. So there's these 3 here. Alwyn's looking at the cage. This is a pretty sturdy cage that I'm assuming. There's no weak points.
I mean, it depends on how much work you're going to put in to check for weak points, but no obvious ones, no.
Alan's gonna kind of just move around the cell casually. He's just gonna kind of tap his boot and kick along the cage edge.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
13 plus. It's gonna be a 16.
Okay. You check around. Unfortunately, like this does look like a aftermarket kind of job where you can see the like hard weld points on a lot of places, but they didn't skimp on it. Like it's a hacky job, but it's a well done one. In that they went for reinforcement over like looking pretty over anything. So each segment is like hard point welded onto the ship from floor to ceiling along the walls of the cage.
I see. I can't cast any spells.
Nothing with semantic components. You could cast something with verbal, but you also don't have any materials on you, so verbal's about the only thing you can get away with right now.
Well, everything I have is, aside from just one, which that's more of a reaction spell. Well, Alwyn's kind of cased where his gears in the nearby locker.
Yeah.
Not too much else I can do here until shit really hits the fan.
For sure. All right. Hank, did you have anything you said you wanted to do?
Hank is mostly going to try and deliberately annoy the shit out of the birds and try and see if he can like rile them out enough that they like go in to hit him. Because that's, he's tied up. Not much he can do to fight back, right?
True. I mean, if you want to try, Alwyn's clearly been trying something similar, so they're all kind of getting over your all shit. So what are you trying to do here to annoy them?
First, he's going to just very clearly give really shitty answers to the question, right? Like things that are obviously not helpful. Stuff like, oh yeah,
what's the name of your crew?
Shut the fuck up. Back here.
How many of you are there?
435.
What class ship are you traveling on?
I don't know what a class is, but I don't believe in it. Have you considered the superiority of a proletariat?
I'm going to say that trying to persuade someone to hit you, let's roll a persuasion check. Alwyn tried to set this up for you earlier, so I'll say you can get the help action from Alwyn.
Treated Alwyn. That's a 22. I'm very good at
getting people to want to hit you.
What'd you get?
22.
22? Alright. At a point, one of the guys just go, fuck this, and he opens the cage, and these two are like, hey. And this guy walks in and taps you with his stun baton. He has advantage because you're bound and you're not wearing any armor right now, and don't have your shield. So what's your AC without armor and shield?
Oh, jerk. Actually, let me just find the flip of this one. That is 13.
13? Okay. So he hits, and you are bound and grappled, so it's automatically a crit. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 17.
Okay. You take 14 points of damage as the stun baton hits you, and you feel all your muscles lock up for a second, but you don't get paralyzed by the hit.
While he's hitting me, I already know that some guards carry their cards.
Sure.
Is there any way I could knock his off if I can spot it? like subtly knock it off so that
Very difficult to try while you're getting hit by something, but yeah, you can absolutely give it a shot. I don't. We're gonna call that a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. God, it's me, Siren. I beg of you, please. That's a 20.
A 20. Okay. Yeah, with a 20, you kind of just kick one of your legs, and it kind of looks involuntary, but you catch him on the thigh. You kicking him is going to make him hit you again, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
So he hits again. It's another crit, of course, because you're down. You're going to take 17 points of damage and roll another con save for me.
20 again.
20, okay. You are able to retain consciousness for better or worse, as essentially a cattle prod is like pushed into your stomach and then your thigh, and all of your muscles seize up, and everything is just a world of blinding lightning pain through your body. But you kick that key card off and it falls. He and the other guards have a chance to notice this, though, because they're all watching you right now, and it wasn't a subtle move. I will roll this in front of the board for you all. They have a +5 to perception. Okay? I'll let you roll a stealth roll for your kick you did to just see where this badge landed.
It's me, Siren. I'm begging a second time. This isn't great.
There's just a flat dice, not your stealth modifier added to it.
Okay. And that's just a D20 then?
Yep, just a D20. Okay, 11. If the guards roll a 6 or below, they won't see it. Oh, that's a 10. He is beating the shit out of you, and one of the guys walks into the cell with him and says, and just bends down and picks up the key card from the floor and says, "Shit, man, you can't lose that."
Hold on, I was muted. Fuck, hold on, I was muted. Shit, fuck, hold on. Silvery barbs.
Whoa, they have to re-roll. Wait,
Yeah.
I didn't let you take silvery barbs. What are you doing?
I've had silvery barbs. I've just never had a chance to use it. Unless that is like on your list of non-approved spells.
No,
I get it.
that's fine.
People don't like it.
That's fine. We'll let you keep silvery barbs. You magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty.
And it's only verbal.
And use the lower one. What do you say to make this happen?
Alwyn says, you just as he like starts to look down, Alwyn is gonna call over. Now you sitting here roughing him up. Somebody would think you're you gotta get off on that. There is this your kink?
All right, that works. Let's re-roll. A 4. Jesus. The guy looks over at you in the other cage and says, "You want some of what he's getting? Keep your mouth shut if you know what's good for you, boy." And he ignores the badge on the ground as this guy leaves the cell, locking it with Hank kind of still seizing on the ground. But the key card is kicked over to one of the corners and out of sight from the other guards as they walk back over to this side. Holy shit. A disadvantage roll for a 6 and you got it.
I'm going to like crawl over to the corner and just like huddle up, and I'm going to try and subtly lay on hands myself.
How do you subtly try to do that?
I'm just gonna like curl in and like face the wall, but I'm mostly just going to try and like God, I guess my hands are tied behind my back, aren't they?
They are.
I guess I'm just going to go to the wall and just like lay down on top of the key card.
So you're not gonna cast lay on hands on yourself?
No.
Okay.
I can't really hide it well.
Sure. Yeah, you crawl over to the side of the cage and you lay on top of the key card that you now have.
And this keycard can like open our cuffs, I'm guessing?
It doesn't open your cuffs. Those are done through like an actual lock with a key on it. But this could open the cell doors. Those are linked to the key cards. The cell doors and other doors in and out of this entire ship are, and currently Ash has one and you have one. So the handcuffs are the only things that would not get off of you. Those are done with an actual key. Those are built separate from the ship. So.
Okay. And the key, I'm guessing, is with the guy who's interrogating me, right?
You're not sure which one of them has your keys currently.
God damn. Would that be a perception check? Or no, I'm way too electrocuted to even...
Yeah, you're foaming at the mouth currently. So.
Okay, then I guess that's what I've done.
Okay. We will flash over to Ash over in that corner. We'll say that all of that is happening while you were going around and being invisible. So right now you have 30 minutes of invisibility left, and the ship is... yeah, I guess the ship is about half way through, so I didn't know you had a full hour. You you should have invisibility up until the ship gets here, but it'd be close.
Okay. I want to look at this engine and see if there's something I can do to fuck with it that doesn't involve immediately blowing it up.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Sure. That's gonna be a 23. I seem to have learned something from Dee.
You seem to have. Yeah, with a 23, these are not fire elemental engines like the one on your all ship. It seems to be a much lower form of engine, like it's a lesser air elemental like powered thing, and it's essentially just pushing a fan around, so they are pretty easy to fuck with if you wanted to do something to it.
Now, how stuck is the air elemental in there? Is it possible for me to consume it?
Extremely difficult to do. I don't think Ash has any experience absorbing any element not of his own, for one, and two, it's inside a crystal, so I don't think Ash has any practical knowledge of the mechanics of magical crystals and how they operate. So,
okay. How? Is there like a certain switch or a certain way for me to basically time? I know it might be impossible with what I want to do, but I effectively want to mess with this in such a way where it like I want to do something else, and then while that's happening, also have this be messed with, as though there was some sort of timer or sort of something that would mess with the engines.
In like 10 minutes.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Sure. So 23 is a pretty decent investigation check, but we're not going to go completely off of that. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Another 19 on the die, 2 in a row. Oof. For a 24.
24. Jeez, you all are rolling good. I don't like it. Let my difficult things be hard.
Let me just pull more on the mouth down here.
Listen, we had to clown so hard to get where we are now. Now the dice are being like, all right, fun's over. Let's get this result.
let's get through this. I'm gonna say with a 24 sleight of hand, you are able to open an access port to like some of the internals of the engine, and you stick just a real like Actually, your finger would work. You just kind of flare up a part of your heat and reach out, and with just like a little tiny touch that is effectively a firebolt cast, you bend one of the blades inside the turbine and then close the panel back up quickly. It won't immediately affect the engine, but as that is trying to spin and rotate and maintain cycle, it's going to start wobbling, and that's going to get worse and worse and cascade until that turbine blows itself up into shrapnel.
Perfect.
And that should take about 10 minutes, unless they're really pushing the engines for some reason.
Okay. Do I still have invisibility up, or does that fuck with it?
Ooh.
Because spell.
I think to fuck with the engine, you would almost have to drop invisibility, yeah.
Okay, fair. I do have disguise self up, and I do look like Joshua, or whatever his name was.
That sounds right.
His name's not Josh. Both editions.
I think it was Josh or something.
Disguise
like that.
self, you can just do at will, right?
Yep, because I have the invocation.
Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do then is try to, because I did have the tour given to me, so find my way over to where the holding cells are. Oh, mic dropped. We're back.
So from
over to-
your position currently, that would be moving back down this hallway, down this ladder, through that common room, back up the stairs on either side there, and then you're right there at the holding cells.
Mm-hmm.
So, not impossible, very difficult without invisibility.
Yeah, that's what was my
Why
worry.
did he not just go here? Why does he have to go down?
Oh, I guess he doesn't. I was looking at the ladder to go. Yeah, he doesn't have to. You're right. So you can go through here, through the central hallway, and then over here. So that is a shorter trip. That is a pretty well-trodden area because the command center is, right here. But you can also just go that way. You could dip down into the hold, that other path I was taking you. You can move down that staircase or that ladder that's right here and move down into where the hold is and then go up the stairs past that hallway if you'd like to do that too. But either way, there, might be a marshal. I'll leave the marshals where they are currently, and if you run into one, you run into one.
1 second. Yeah, I don't have any weapons or anything to kind of sell the disguise, but I do have his key card. So I think we're just gonna go for it.
And just hope you don't run into Joshua.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you headed?
We're gonna head to the holding cell, and I'm gonna wait just a couple of minutes, because I want to make sure that when this thing goes off, I'm clearly far away from it, but I want to make sure that it goes off while I'm walking. So, I don't want to get to some place and then it go off. I want it to kind of be like the distraction where everyone starts heading that way, and I kind of can walk past them a bit easier.
Okay, for sure. You wait until you start to hear the wobbling in the fan, and some of the computer monitors start to blink, notifying that something is wrong. So, if you're going to start moving, it'd be now before one of the engineers try to come over and check this out.
Yep. Here we go. Moving. If you could move me, because the ship, weird. Don't want to throw myself where I'm not going.
And you're making your direct path through the center, like the central area there?
Yeah, the shortest path.
Okay, for sure. You turn that corner, and a marshal is walking down that hallway, and an engineer is with him. The engineer seems to be saying that something's wrong with that engine in the back, and the marshal's like half paying attention. But you make eye contact with that marshal as you're walking through here. And
I look him in the eyes of like seeing the engineer. He'll see my eyes quickly dart to the engineer and then just kind of nod in acknowledgement of like, hey, you're doing something, I'm doing something.
Give me a persuasion check real quick.
Sure. Oh, 11.
Okay. It's not a complicated interaction or anything, but he kind of gives you a bit of a look like you're not sure if this guy and Joshua like have some kind of the immediate vibe you get is Joshua and this guy probably have some beef, and even that was like too much of like a hey bud like type thing for the way they normally interact. Like it just doesn't sell very well for a minute, but he doesn't super pay attention to it or anything. He's just kind of nods at the engineer as he walks on past you, and you start walking down this hallway, and he opens the door into that kind of like a security office room. And as he opens the door into that security room, make a perception check.
Uh-oh. I hope Joshua isn't in there. 16.
16, okay. You peek in real quick, and you do in fact see Joshua, but he's turned and looking at one of the monitors right now, not facing either of you. So,
okay. Is there anyone looking at me right now?
Doesn't look like it. It looks like you're at the very back of this door as it's opened, so you're able to like peek in real quick, but they're mostly all looking at the guy that's walking in right now.
Okay. Can I disguise self as one of the other guys who came into the break room earlier?
In the middle of the hallway there?
Yeah, because if there's no one else here, and I think that I can get away with it without... It's okay if there's, like, a camera spots me doing it. I just don't want, in that moment, a person to see me changing disguise.
Sure. That is a verbal and semantic component, right?
I don't know...
Here, the engineer will be back here, too, just so you know where everyone's at.
I don't know how it interacts with, just allowing me to cast it at will. It does have verbal and somatic components, though.
That was just to see what kind of whether or not you'd have to stealth roll for it or not. So go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Okay. Come on, Tails. No. 13?
Okay. You mutter under your breath, trying to be as subtle as possible, doing the semantic components really quick, and muttering the incantation for you to be able to change forms. And your face kind of blurs for a second and then reforms into one of the other officers that you did not get their name. Now, importantly, you have a mismatched key card to what your face is right now, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
Okay, but you do that.
Okay. I will keep on moving then.
Okay, you'll get over to here and disappear through the ceiling.
Hell yeah.
Boom. You're back. You get over to here, use your key card, open this hallway. There's a marshal walking down this hallway right now, but you do not see anyone else currently. You can see over into one of the cages over here with this like elevator going down into the hold. But otherwise it's an open area over here. But through this you see Alwyn over in his cage over there. But you walk forward there.
So is there a way in there that... Oh, it's this door right here?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, and then there's the one marshal just watching.
He's walking down that hallway right now towards you.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to turn right and pass him and start going down the stairs. And then I'm going to wait until like he's past me, and then like kind of start going slowly down the stairs and wait for him to pass and see if he's patrolling or if he's going to leave.
You watch as he goes to where you just were and walks through here, and then this door closes again.
Okay, then I'm going to come back up the stairs and head towards this door here.
Okay, you start walking down that hallway, and your internal clock is timing out things. That engine should be ready to blow soon, but you have another minute or two left before it's going to go. But you're in transit walking through here, and as you're passing that door and it's sliding and closing, you hear what sounds like yelling in a room, right, the security office, essentially, this area over here. You hear yelling, and you can probably assume that you're about to get made, or that they know that someone is walking around in this disguise of one of them.
Okay. One moment, please. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly walk into the room that has the holding cell with Alwyn, and as I do, I'm holding up the key card to let myself in, and also presenting it as I walk into the room as this other officer. And I'm just as soon as the door opens, I'm asking, "Hey, anyone seen Joshua? I found his lost key card. Fucking idiot."
Okay. I think we're gonna drop into initiative for you three right now. The Sacrificium Soleil is getting closer, but to be within firing range, it needs to be, within 200 feet. So you still have about 5 minutes until the Sacrificium Soleil is close enough for that to happen.
Oh, God. 5 minutes is so long.
Yep.
A lot of turds.
So I'm just to time out where everything is going here. Are you sure that's what you want to do right now? You don't know how far the Sacrificium Soleil is, but you do know that your engine's going to explode here in 2 minutes. Do you want to go ahead and walk in right now, or try to disappear for a bit? I'm not saying there's not a way out of it if you want to walk in and try to present to be someone else, but you will be chased. So they are going to know on board that someone's an imposter here in a second.
Dun 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 dun.
So do you want to bust in here and see if things get started, or try to buy some more time?
Well, what I'm imagining is that me doing this is going to almost kind of get me an alibi with if there are any guards in the room, because I currently don't know, assuming there is at least one. Chatting with them about this quote-unquote lost key card is going to give me an alibi if anyone comes to this room saying that there is an imposter. So I'm hoping to actually buy time by entering this room and just chatting with these guys. That's my intent. Now, I don't know how it's going to go, but that's what I'm planning.
If that's what you want to do, yeah. All right. You open the door.
Let's fucking do it, then.
All right. You open the door, and the three marshals that are in there, one of them over here by the cage, you see a half unconscious Hank laying on the floor, but these two turn and look at you and kind of give you a nod. And they say, "Hey, what's up, James?"
Hey, boys. Fucking goddamn Joshua lost his stupid key card. That fucking idiot, always losing shit. You guys know where he went?
They kind of laugh and start to talk as you hear this door over here opens, and 4 marshals come out in a run, Joshua being one of them. And 2 of them break off and start running this way, while these 2 run over to where you all are.
Is one of the 2 that run over to meet Joshua, or did he go in the opposite direction?
Looks like he went in the opposite direction. You've not met these 2 before.
I'm gonna see him and immediately go, "Hey, oh shit! What the hell is going on?" I'm still holding up the key card, looking towards one of those 2 boys, and saying, "Hey, fellas, what's going on?"
They kind of come up in a run. One of them is on board. Looks like they have some kind of disguise that they can put on, because that girl that was with them earlier just passed me as Joshua, pretending to be someone else. You got his key card?
I'm looking at the boys and I said, "Yeah, I just found it on the floor when I was walking my way over here. Here, you take it. If anyone should have it, it should be taken back to him so we know it's the real one."
Give me a very important persuasion check.
Bardic inspiration.
How?
Ow!
How?
I can sit there and sing him a tune.
Let me check something very quickly. That's only attack rolls or saving throws. Definitely don't want to cast guidance. That's going to be a 22 with an 18 on the die.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Alwyn, tell me how he can add Bardic to this, and I'll let you add Bardic.
Alwyn is going to lean against the bar and start singing out "Blue Moons for you."
All right.
Let's fucking shock me a second time, please.
You start singing through the bars. Ash, you can just feel the kind of swell in your heart of like, holy shit, this is better work. Add a d6 to that roll.
Damn, 23.
23. Okay. Now, these guys are marshals, and they have a +6 to their investigation. Would this be insight, I guess?
I feel like this would be better with insight, because they're looking for someone who's a traitor or disguised.
Yeah. They are slightly worse at insight than they are investigation, actually. So this is a +4 to this roll. So they gotta hit a 19 or a 20 to catch you. That's a 2 on the dice.
They immediately believe me. They're like, "Oh shit, it's such a great idea. You're so smart."
The guy takes the card out of your hands and like cusses under his breath. He goes, "Fuck, they had one of our... All right, everyone check and make sure you got your cards. Let's go." And he points at you and says, "You, come with me. We're looking for him."
He points at me?
Yep.
Okay, then I'll immediately go with him.
All right, you're part of this small posse that's really hoping you don't run into James. These 3 in this room, as you walk out and the door closes, check their key cards, though. And this one notices he doesn't have it.
The others look at him. He doesn't have his key card. He's the imposter.
Shoot him!
Oh shit, is that an imposter right there?
He's like, "Hey, I've been in here the entire time with you guys, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, you've not..." "Well, where the fuck did it go then?" And he shows it. "I had it just a minute ago to open the fucking cage." And then he looks into the cage where Hank is still laying on the ground.
I'm pretty sure you guys had turned around and he went and took a piss.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Gaslighting.
Gaslight girl boss your way out of a cage, man. They can't hold me down.
Oh, no.
Nope.
That's a 10.
This guy beside you, what?
Hang on, if I may, rules lawyer for just a moment. When you silvery barbs, who did you give advantage to?
I didn't give advantage to anybody yet.
I gave him
So
disadvantage.
Yeah, but whenever you do that and it's a success, you can give advantage to somebody. So can I give advantage to myself then?
The counter rules lawyer in me says we've had several turns of combat since then, if we're going by like 6-second increments. So no, it's a different round of combat. The spell, the DM in me says, yeah, you can fucking do that.
my counterpoint to your counterpoint would be that he would have needed to designate someone when he casted the spell, which would have happened earlier. So if he were to have advantage, he would already have it.
That's a 15. Markedly better.
Okay. We'll say that's fine. That's fine. Real rules lawyer, he didn't designate someone at the time the spell was cast, so it's gone. So fuck you if I want to. But
also fair.
But that was a persuasion check against them. What fucking role is counter persuasion? Wisdom?
Insight.
Insight, yeah. They do have a pretty good insight though, so they do beat you by 1.
Damn.
Oh wait, what was your total? What was your total?
15.
Oh, 10 plus. Yeah, they got a 17, so they beat you by 2.
Yeah.
Can I give him my inspiration so that he can reroll?
If you want to.
I don't want to get beaten up a second time.
Alright. Oh man. Okay. Well, here's going.
Their 17 will stand. An 18.
23.
God damn it. This guy over here pulls out his pistol and points it at this other guard and says, "You know, I think he's actually telling the truth there. I do remember you taking off for a bit. How do we know you're... Are you actually Curtis?" And he like puts his hands up and goes, "Hey, you just watch me beat a guy. You know I love doing that." And he goes, "We need to find that key card of yours then. Where was the last place you had it?" And he goes, I don't know. Let's check the security cameras." And he kind of nods and says, "All right, that's fine." And he looks over at his partner and says, "I'm going to go with him, make sure he doesn't run off anywhere, and check those cameras. You keep an eye on these two." And he kind of nods as the two of them walk out of the room to go to the security office. While those two are walking, Ash and this new posse that he's a part of start going through the ship looking for a possible traitor.
Can I pose something to my new posse here?
Sure.
I'm going to suggest if we are on the way, if we're not on the way, then I'll just make it more of like a suggestion than like an actual like, hey, we should do this. But if we are on the way to like where the vehicle deck or vehicle bay might be, I'll suggest that, hey, what if they try to commandeer one of our vehicles and leave? We should check it to make sure no one's hiding on them.
You are actually walking into the vehicle bay right there. And I was about to say, give me a perception check as you walk and see your vehicle over in the corner there.
11.
11? Okay. You see a couple marshals around your vehicle in this area, but you don't clock any of their faces. They're all kind of doing stuff or their backs turned or their hats on. So you're not sure who's over there.
Okay.
Do you still like to suggest that? Because right now your ship is the only extra ship in there. They don't have like a ground vehicle in this one.
Okay, I thought they would have had a ground vehicle, or like if they were like, you know, because they have their own to kind of dispatch. If they don't, then I suppose I would have seen that and would have known that. In which case, I will not suggest it. But if it's only our vehicle, then no.
Okay.
Because there's already people taking it. Well, I guess I'll just keep walking along with them. Yeah, I suppose I'm really waiting for just the engines to explode.
I was about to say, as they get down here and they open this door, give me one more perception check as they open that door.
Okay. Ugh, 6.
Dang. You see a couple other marshals in here. Again, you can't clock any faces, though, so you still haven't seen Joshua anywhere. You're not sure where he's at. But as this door opens, you feel a shudder go through the ship as that turbine blows. And all of the lights go red throughout the ship immediately, and you feel a full stop to the ship's forward momentum as you all kind of rock on your feet for a second, and the guy in front of you just snarls and, "That motherfucker! All right, we gotta find them. Let's go!" And starts looking as a bunch of marshals start running all over the place now, looking for where you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in this moment. I'm gonna look a little bit dazed by the ship shaking, and then wait until I'm at the back of the pack, and then I'm going to follow.
Okay.
Using the kind of flashing red lights and the kind of darkness to shadow my face, so I'm not as easily recognizable.
Sure.
Question: as the ship was shivering, did the guy in front of us look away at any moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So I was about to switch back to you all. So those two have left. Ash, who you didn't know was Ash. Hey, actually, how did you get Bardic if you didn't know that was Ash? Whatever, it doesn't matter. This guy kind of looks towards the door. He opens it for a second, sees a bunch of marshals running down the hallway, and says, "The fuck is happening?" But he is not looking at either of you for a moment.
Hank is going to toss the fucking keycard from his cell across the bar to Alwyn. And he's going to slowly get up and start walking towards the front of the door.
Alwyn will drop down low and kind of pick up the card with his hands behind his back. I've clocked where the key code reader is in front of the doors, right?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and Misty Step in front of his door with the card. And also, even though I'm still shackled, can I have my arms in front of me? Or are they still behind me?
I mean, if you wanted to take the half second, you can shimmy your arms underneath your butt and then across up your legs. It'll take a moment to do it.
Okay, well, this isn't the first time Alan's been handcuffed, so I'm sure he's...
You know the maneuver pretty well, and you kind of just do a little leap up in the air and jump rope yourself out to the cuffs in the front real quick. I think we're going to start initiative for all of you aboard this ship with that. This ship has stopped completely, so that is going to help the Crow Song get there sooner. There will be... God. The Crow Song is within range of this other ship, and it's coming up from behind, and this ship has stopped in the water currently, or in the astral sea, but it's dead in the air currently. So the Soleil can get there a lot faster. I'm still going to say 10 rounds of combat before they're within fire. A whole minute until they're within range that they could fire on this ship.
Okay.
The crews are currently ready. We will have the Soleil be a turn in this combat where Dee Dee and Aster can make decisions based on what they're seeing happening, but they otherwise don't know anything that's happening besides one of the engines is currently trailing smoke and the Marshal ship isn't moving. But they are getting close enough to see that within range. But we are going to start initiative for all of you and all of these Marshals on the ship and the Soleil. So go ahead and give me initiative.
I bought as much time as I could, boys.
It went from 5 minutes to 1 pretty quick.
Fuck me.
It went from impossible to unlikely.
It's gonna be a 9 for me.
That's all for Hank.
Was it not good?
10.
Oh.
Hey, we all go back to back though, so that is good.
Sorry, Ash, you were 10, and what were you, Alwyn?
It's a 9.
I'm always a 10.
All right, and Aster, go ahead and roll for the Soleil for me.
Okay. Ooh. That's a 19 on the die. I don't know if you want me to use mine.
No, that's fine. That works perfectly. Okay, so first up in initiative is the Soleil. You all are moving closer to the Marshal ship, which you see has all of a sudden started gouting flame from its port engine and has stopped. You don't know any other information that's going on, and the plan is still currently to use the Zephyr launcher. The captain can get a really good angle on it now that the ship isn't moving. As long as the Marshal ship stays put, you all have a really good shot, but not for 9 more rounds. So you all are heading towards this ship, and we'll say that this is the first round of initiative for the Soleil to go through, so that's down to 9 turns remaining. Next up, with an 18, is the Marshals. So that engine has gone off. These people are all searching everywhere. Ash, I know which one of these people is James, the person you are currently impersonating. All right, but you don't know who that is. So they are going to be moving around the ship and looking for you currently. You don't have a key card if anyone wants to search it, but you just kind of have to hope you don't run into your doppelganger right now, as all the Marshals are moving around and going. This one at the door is going to yell to this guy who's running down the hallway, be like, "Hey, man, what the fuck is happening?" And he's like, "One of the engines blew and someone's impersonating someone. You got your key card on you?" And he pulls a, "Yeah, who the fuck are we looking for?" But these two are now talking at this door. So this guy would be able to see in if anything happens a bit quicker. But that is the Marshal's turn in combat. Hank, you are up. If you are wanting to drop your turn in initiative and go after Alwyn, you can do that. Or if you have something you want to do right now, you can.
I'm going to drop and wait after Alwyn. I can't really do much here.
Okay. You just hold your breath and kind of give a look over to Alwyn. I will permanently move your spot in initiative down to below Alwyn. Ash, that's you.
Oh,
You can
boy.
keep playing possum.
Yeah, I'm just checking something. Can I do a little deception to see if I can... I know where on the ship I am in this moment.
Yep.
I'm gonna act like I hear something that's above me, because the engine room is a little bit above me and like a little farther away to my right, correct?
Yes.
The other one, the non-exploded one. Okay. I'm gonna. How thick are the walls in this place? Like, can I hear people who are running above me?
Yes, but that's because that's a catwalk. So if you were in like this main chamber, probably not. No. But that catwalk above you, yeah.
Okay. Fuck. I think I'm gonna suggest that to this group. I'm gonna wait for them to stop talking. I'm not gonna interrupt them. But when it seems like they've kind of come to a conclusion, I'm gonna pipe up and say, "Hey, what about that other engine? What if they try to blow that one up too?"
one of them curses and points to one of the other marshals and then at you and says, "All right, you two go check out the other engine, make sure nothing happens to it."
I will nod and follow after the first one, letting them lead. And that will be my turn. I effectively am going to try my best to do everything I can to, anytime anyone could look at me or, like, suggest, like, to search me, to find some way to sneak in an alibi to avoid being searched or have my ID checked. Just for future reference, I will be trying to do that heavily, but that will be my turn.
All right, you start moving with that other person back up this stairs. You see these two marshals talking at this door there. Alwyn, that is you.
All right. Well, I just for point of order, because it kind of set off the whole thing. Was I able to go ahead and Misty step in front of the cage?
We're saying that this is now that you would be doing that. So
okay,
you're still in the cage currently.
All right. Bonus action, Misty step. All right. I guess I got to do the shift click. Oh,
I got
right,
you.
just get moved. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, still facing the guard. I'm just gonna go ahead and reach back, or no, because I'm still handcuffed. Yeah, we're just gonna do a little spin then, and swipe the key card at his door.
Sure.
Is that an action or is that like a free object interaction?
I'll say that's a free object interaction.
All right. And then I want to, while this guard's still like looking away, I want to come up and quickly put my handcuffed, the cuffs. Like, is this a bar or is this like the chain link style handcuffs?
A bar, and it's got like these little like metal extensions that like fit around the like base of your fingers, and which is preventing you from doing your semantic components.
All right. Well, I want to go ahead and jump up and then use that to choke him.
So you're wanting to swipe that and open Hank's door, and then try to choke this guy right here.
Yep.
Okay. As you misty step, this guy is going to see you and shout, "Hey, he's getting out!" And this guy is going to be turning while you're swiping the card. So you can go over and try to grapple him, but they are both aware that this is happening.
The other two are aware now? Fuck. Okay.
Or just these two in front right now, but these two on the stairs and Ash probably, you don't know that's Ash. You just see 3 other marshals outside that also know that you're trying to get out right now.
If that's the case, then yeah, I want to go ahead and try and grapple him.
Okay. This will be an opposed athletics. Oof. He's got +2 to athletics, so that's a 19 you got to beat.
Whoa! Be kind. 23.
Oh.
I'm still a fighter.
Yeah. He turns, and as he turns, you're already working your arm over his shoulders and lock the cuffs against his throat and pull him close against your chest. You have this guy grappled against you. Is that your turn? You got anything else? That was your action, bonus action, and a bit of movement.
Yeah. I've got a shield at the moment.
You do have a human shield at the moment.
I have a human shield.
All right. Hank, you watch as all that happens in front of you, and your door slides open with a shink.
From here, do I see if the guy that Alan has hostage has the keys on him, or no?
Alan's body's blocking it. And they're currently grappling with each other, so hard to see if it does. It's not like on a key ring that's jingling on his belt, at least.
Okay.
He does have a big lanyard that says the handcuff keys on, like, hanging out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Like,
because then Hank's going. How does Hank think that if he were to hypothetically use the handcuffs as a divine smite object, could they break if he were to hit someone with it?
oh, ooh, I kind of like that. I'm gonna say. It's an improvised weapon, so I don't know why you wouldn't be able to roll an attack with it. To break them, though, you would have to beat a damage threshold and do enough to shatter them with the hit to break the damage threshold. But maybe
Would I be using them as a weapon against someone, or
yeah,
would
I mean,
target them?
no, I think the impact with someone could do that in theory. It'd be hard to break on a person, because 9 times out of 10 steel wins against bone. So if you were to divine smite and then hit the handcuffs on like your prison cell wall, that might be possible.
Okay.
But breaking them on someone would be very difficult without also shattering, your arms.
Well, then yeah, that's what I'm probably going to do. I'm going to actually, has anyone else pulled out their guns besides like the one?
Everyone is on alert, so they're either most of the people running through the hall have their guns out. Yeah.
Okay, then Hank is going to try and shatter the things with his divine smite, like on the bars. And then he's going to let's first see if I fucking shatter them. So would that just be a D20 plus?
So wait, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to smash them into like the cell.
Okay. Yeah, so you would just be rolling an attack roll. So that's just an improvised weapon. So unless you're proficient with improvised weapons, it's just a D20 plus strength, I believe.
That is a 10 then.
Okay. I think a 10 will hit the AC of the handcuffs still. That's not really the problem. It's getting over the damage threshold.
Okay. So then that would be a
2d8
for
yeah.
2d8 for, yeah. So let me click that. And then would that just also be like strength roll as well? So that's 10 plus whatever the hit would count as.
And you said you're divine smiting it too?
Yep, level 1 spell slot.
For how much damage total?
10 plus whatever the like actual hit would be. I think it's just like a flat plus 3, just because strings.
Yeah, that's fine. So 13. Okay. Yeah, you know what? We'll say that works. With a divine, how do you divine smite on these handcuffs? How does this work into your oath of vengeance that lets you do this?
He's been shocked and electrocuted for the last 5 minutes, and he's just been sitting in the corner, just stewing in his anger. So the moment that Alwyn opens the door, you see him just take a deep breath and then just go absolute apeshit, swinging his arm against the bars as hard as he can. Like you see a flare of bright yellow light that crackles with not quite voices, but it sounds like something to the very edge of your mind. Like as if there's someone that's saying something, but you can't quite hear it. And then they just shatter from there.
Give me a Constitution saving throw to not also hurt yourself, because that feels like this should be more difficult to do than I just made it.
23.
Jesus Christ, it was just that easy.
I'm just built different.
He's just built different, y'all. This guard is pointing his gun at Alwyn's head right now, and then he looks over Alwyn's shoulders to see you walk a couple steps out of your cell, roar, lifting your arms over your head, and then smashing and breaking on either side of these handcuffs. And he just kind of, like, his mouth goes a bit open. Like, he's just, like, a mouth agape, like, moving the pistol between Alwyn's head and you right now, Hank.
Oh, yeah, and so I still have my movement. He's just gonna...
Technically, that was only one attack. You have another attack that you can do.
Yeah. I'm going to
Locker.
first go over to here.
Open the locker.
The locker, yeah. I'm gonna grab my shit.
Okay, you're going to sprint over and use the key card on the locker. Oh no, Alwyn has the key card. How are you getting into the locker?
Punch it.
You won't believe it. Gonna punch it.
Are you actually going to try to punch the locker open?
I can hope. It has to be a lot more flimsy than like a actual... I don't imagine it's like actual...
You imagine a cop arms locker for evidence is easy to break?
I don't think that you would expect someone to show up and fucking try.
Sure, they definitely don't expect that. I'll give you that for sure. All right, give me an unarmed strike against this locker. Are you going to be divine smiting this too?
I feel like that's a safe thing to do. That is a 10 again.
Okay, a 10 hits. Go ahead and roll your divine smite plus 4.
11 points of damage.
After breaking apart your handcuffs with just the strength of your arms, you walk over casually to the locker and stick your fist through the metal of it. And then open it from the inside, open the locker, and you see all of your stuff either in boxes or hung up on a rack inside this locker, but all of your equipment is there.
As he's doing this, he's just going to like spend it. He's not even going to turn away from the other guy. He's going to look him dead in the eyes as he's doing it, and he's saying, "Hey, buddy, you think this is a wise idea?"
I'll say that your free object interaction as you're saying that to him is pulling your axe out of the locker. You just pull this massive fuck off axe out of this locker that you just beat open. Give me an intimidation check real quick, Hank.
13.
Okay. He like even the guy that's being held by Alwyn is kind of like looking over his shoulder, just kind of open, slack jawed. These two in the hallway that you see, Ash, also turn, and whenever they hear this happening, and clock Hank beating open the locker with a glowing fist and then pulling out an axe. So all of them are definitely paying attention to Hank right now.
Okay, I have a plan.
All right.
Take my next turn.
Is that your turn, Hank?
I should have a little bit more movement. I'm gonna fucking also walk to the other side and get cover. For fairly obvious reasons.
Sure. How much movement was that total? You went boom, 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 and then over here?
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
Just because it's 30 feet of movement, this would probably be closer. So I'm using Alwyn as a human shield.
Uh-huh.
Lucky him. All right. That is Hank's turn. Jesus Christ. That is the marshal's ship turn, and they are dead in the water, but they are going to... they see the Soleil coming in closer to them, so they are going to try to activate their starboard engine and start turning to a firing position to start trying to shoot at the Soleil. But they were at a dead stop, so that is going to take them a bit to do. Top of the initiative is the Soleil, down to 8 turns until they're within firing range.
Oh my god.
Yep, this all happened in 1 turn, y'all.
Jesus.
feel so useless out here, you guys.
You all could hop on the bikes and try to get out there, but you don't know of what's happening on this ship currently.
Well, hold on. I think they would be able to infer some shit's going on because the ship is sputtering smoke.
They do know that something's going on, but it looks like maybe some sabotage happened, or maybe the ship they don't have any information except an engine is smoking on this ship, and they seem to be on high alert. So I think, if nothing else, everyone aboard the Soleil can infer that some shit's gone down.
I don't think I have any reason to do anything.
I'll say that if you wanted to get Dee Dee and Aster and anyone else on a bike, that you could get here faster than the Soleil is going currently. If you wanted to, but that's up to you.
Oh, I risk more bikes.
That is true.
I mean, at this point, it's I don't think bikes are the issue here.
We can get more bikes.
But I mean, I don't know if I have a reason to go. Wow. I mean, there's something's happening. I feel like we knew something was gonna kind of be happening. Like, there's always the chance something could be happening. Wow.
But I'm gonna give
was my mistake where they.
I'm gonna give y'all one more turn before Dee Dee tries to go over there. But I agree. Like, once she gets over there, what's she gonna do? Like, obviously these guys are crawling the deck, I assume, right now. So
there's a bunch of these marshals all over the place. So
yeah.
This could turn into a really big firefight really soon. But it might already, as we go back into the marshals' turn now. Yay!
I don't feel like Leroy Jenkins, into the situation is the solution here. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only solution ever.
I don't know if you saw the end of that full video, Looney, but it did not work out well for that guy.
Oh, you've got the same idea I do, right?
Okay, that is the marshal's turn. All right. Bunch of shit's going to start happening here now. All these marshals in the area hear that something is happening. So you all are about to get a bunch of people on you as they all rush in to try to help with this. First thing we're going to do is the guy being held by you, Alwyn, is going to try to get out of this.
No.
So he's going to roll. Actually, I'll roll this in front of the board. Opposed, he gets a +2. Oh, a natural 20. Nat 20. Holy shit!
What? A
God.
god.
No, bitch, 'cause I got a +5, so I already know I beat him. You're staying here with me.
With a nat 20, he goes to elbow you, Alwyn. You've held enough people by the neck by handcuff at this point in your life that you're expecting it, and you bend your body and give him a punch to his right cheek as part of the motion. So go ahead and give me a d4 of damage.
I wanted to get just plain nice with you folks.
Did you?
Got first.
We did nothing.
4 damage.
Okay. 4 damage.
Cheat on me with my wife in front of me. Like, what the fuck?
You bloody this guy's face as you punch him in the cheek, and he's not able to get away. So that does actually block a lot of this incoming fire as you're holding a human shield in front of you and Hank. I think only one of them is going to take a pot shot at Hank from this side because he's got a good enough angle on it and you can't cover the entire doorway with this dude's body. So Hank, one of them is going to shoot at you. You are unarmored, but you are partially covered by a meat shield, so...
I have my shield at least? Because...
you grabbed your axe as your free object interaction.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you've not grabbed anything else yet, unfortunately. So what's your AC if you get a +2 for your cover?
15.
15. All right. He's going to take a shot at you, and that's a 19 to hit, so that's going to hit.
Ow.
And that is 8 points of damage as he clips you in your leg with his pistol. But he's the only one that can get a really clean shot, as Alwyn is still holding this human shield in front of you all. The other marshals are going to hear a gun go off, though, so you are going to get a lot more people headed your way now. As they all
This is a fireball.
start to converge. All my marshals start to converge.
Good lord.
This is a lot of marshals that I'm having to move. They're starting to run up here to try to deal with whatever's going on. Okay. That is the marshal's turn. You all are about to have a crowd on you. Ash, that's you, my man.
Oh, well, I can't do it anymore because there are just too many marshals now. So the plan was to take the 3 marshals that were not being held as hostages and to try and command them with a 3rd level spell slot with the word retreat, seeing Hank's scary vision of a guy breaking his handcuffs and then just busting open a locker to take out an axe. But now that there's like half a dozen guys here, I don't think that's going to work very well. So I don't know what I can do to help those 2. I think I'm kind of out of action to do anything that wouldn't immediately get myself insta-gibbed. So I think what I'm going to do in this moment, Ash is going to realize that this spot has gotten way too hot too quickly for him to help while disguised, and he can't do anything if he's not disguised, considering how many marshals there are. So I think he sees marshals starting to come up the stairs, and he's going to start running down the stairs pointing, oh god, what would he say? There's gunfire, they need more help! As he runs down the stairs, running past everyone, trying to get the rest of these marshals who are already headed up on their way to go up there as he moves past them.
As you turn around and see all those marshals heading down from downstairs to head up, give me a perception check.
Fuck!
He hits
Nat 20.
Holy shit. With a nat 20, as you turn around, but before any of them clock your face, you see the guy you're impersonating, James, right here, starting to run and head up these stairs towards you.
Okay. I'm going to
That's before you turn, though, so if you don't want to, if you want to change your plan, like head down the other side of this hallway, you can do that still, but...
I think... Fuck.
You would also know, because a lot of them are like shouting and like running and talking now, that there is an enemy ship approaching very quickly. So you would know that you would know, not the other two, you would know that the Soleil is getting close.
Yeah, can I start heading to where there might be like battle stations? Or is it like fully automatically operated, or is it like manned by people?
There is a central like terminal where all the guns are controlled from a couple people that you saw on the tour, and that's down the stairs past where Joshua is in this room over here in the port side of the ship.
Okay, then change of plans. Rather than say anything, I'm going to, while turning and looking back to hide my face, motion for them all to come up the stairs as I go down the stairs, heading towards where the gun controls are.
That's a lot of marshals that have to pass you on a very narrow staircase. So I'm going to need a stealth check because Joshua will be passing within inches of you.
Yeah.
Or James will, so.
Let's go. Fucking 18.
Okay. They are all running past you. That beats their passive perception, which is all you have to do right now. So you kind of keep your head to the side and low, ushering these people by as James passes by you within just a couple inches, but he's not looking at you right now, and you're able to tilt your head and hat to the side just enough that you're pretty sure you're not clocked, but you get down the stairs into here.
Okay. Do I see other people heading into the weapons station?
You don't see anyone heading into it, but whenever the tour was being given, you know that it is manned.
Okay. God. I really don't know what to do with so many people here.
You notice that your all's little lander is currently unguarded, though.
Yeah, I see that. But I can't... where can I?
Or can he?
I will move towards the lander, and I look... If anyone says anything or calls after me, I'll look back and tell them that I'm trying to secure it.
I don't think anyone pays attention right now, as there's a lot going on. So,
Alright, then I will start heading towards it, and, I'll go as far as I can.
I mean, you've not taken any action yet, so you can dash action to get there if you want to. That's
that seems like a pretty good idea, I think. We'll do that.
Because you've moved, what? You have 30 feet, so you're to there right now, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll dash to go another 30 to get to the lander.
Okay, you're at the lander.
Can I get inside?
You've got one of the fingerprints that lets you inside, so yeah, absolutely. You push your hand against it, and Dee Dee's arcane lock unlatches, and you get inside your cruiser.
Okay. I'm warming up the ship.
So you run over and you hit the button to turn on the cruiser?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll wait.
You get into the cruiser. So Ash is now in the cruiser, disguised as James. Is that your turn?
That is... I'm in the cruiser now, so no one can see me. I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm going to...
Oh, wait, no, you action dashed. You can't cast a spell.
It's a bonus action spell.
Oh.
As I'm going to bonus action cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
At first level.
Sure.
And this lasts for a minute. So hopefully, should anything go horribly wrong, I have an escape plan.
Why would anything go horribly wrong? Speaking of,
True.
Alwyn, that's your turn. You've got a meat shield in front of you of this guy that's like trying to throw elbows, but like raising, don't shoot, like trying to not be a target for all these marshals they're gathering. You see 6 people though, like all pointing guns and more running to try to get to you right now.
I see. This is all very interesting. Everything's so interesting.
Thanks, man. I tried.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if I didn't pass off the key card yet, I'm imagining it's still in my hand then. No, when I was choking this guy. Okay, but he's already got the locker open. Is it the same locker that my shit's in?
It is not.
So, I'm assuming I still have then the card in my hand as
Yeah.
I've been choking this guy.
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna kind of try and flick it back towards me, towards fucking Hank.
Sure.
Okay.
Hank, get my shit.
Okay.
And
I'll say that's your free object interaction.
okay. Then I'm going to. I was hoping they'd actually shoot this motherfucker.
They're not gonna just kill their buddies. They're the good guys.
Oh, remember
Yeah,
what we
sure,
did on
yeah.
the last planet with the World Wars. It was also with a lander, but I'm thinking that we repeat that again.
These doors. Have we noticed that they open and close automatically?
They open and close with a key card, but this one has been stuck open because someone is at the doorway. So
Okay. Can I try to yank this guy back so the doors close?
oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll say that you can do that. Don't think it's anything to move him 5 feet. If he's being grappled.
When he is grappled, you move with half movement, so it would be incredibly easy for him to just move back, taking him along.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay, so
you back into.
you go the other way, Hank.
Okay.
I need you to open the locker with my shit in it.
Okay, you start backing up with this guy, and as soon as he starts to get close enough to back out of that door, one of these other marshals try to take a half step forward to like catch it, but the door slides closed as soon as you all are out of the way. So the door is closed.
All right, and there's a key lock on this side, right?
Yes. Actually, no. This is the prison area. No, it's on the other side. Why would it be on this side?
So okay. Well, sometimes there's a door. Sometimes there's a handle still on either side.
Yeah, but if this exact situation happened, they don't want the prisoners to be able to lock the door.
Oh no, yeah, I'm with you. All right, so Hank's grabbing my key card. He's gonna open my locker at least. I'm gonna I guess just keep trying to choke this guy.
Okay, you're just gonna try to choke him out effectively.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll say
this bar into his trachea. So
sure. There's not really a mechanic for choking someone out, but that totally makes sense. Like mechanically, that you should be able to stop someone's blood from going to their brain. You already had one turn where you hit a nat 20 on keeping him grappled. I'll say if you can keep him grappled successfully for this turn and the next turn, he'll go unconscious.
okay.
So go ahead.
See if I keep that up.
Yep.
No, I'm burning my my reroll.
Did you have another one? How many rerolls y'all got?
Mine.
Okay.
I burnt mine for him.
That was his. This is mine.
So you gotta be at 12.
Yes.
All right.
30.
You squeeze a bit tighter now that the door closes. His legs kind of kick and flail a little. It's been 12. How long does it take to knock someone out if you're chokeholding?
Oh, fucking take the bullet. How long does it take to knock someone out in a chokehold?
I'm already doing it. Oh, as little as 10 seconds if you're doing it right.
Yeah, you can definitely do more than
A cardioid restraint blood choke takes in as little as 10 seconds to work.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. It
10
depends
to
on
20
what kind
seconds.
of chokehold you're doing.
All right,
If you're doing oxygen or blood.
Yeah, we'll do a Constitution saving throw for this guy then, because 2 rounds of combat is 12 seconds. So we'll say he gets a +2 to this. He needs to get a 15 or higher, so a 13 or higher on the dice to stay awake. That's a 17. So he is still awake right now, but his face is turning blue and he's kind of like one eye's kind of twitching a bit. So
awesome, love it.
So next turn you'll be able to knock him unconscious, but you would have to keep this chokehold on him. So
I mean, eventually IRL he'd stroke out, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is you got anything else, Alan? That's your action.
No, Alan was just sitting. Yeah, Alan was sitting there. Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Or
Go
I'll
to
make
sleep,
you
go to
sleep
sleep,
forever.
Sure. Hank, that's you.
So the door has servos, right? Doesn't Hank see if they're super well protected from this side?
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is maybe I need to divine smite door again.
I hate this precedent that's been set, and I'm not going to abide it too much longer.
Are you trying to jam the door, essentially?
Yeah, that's a
what I was
21.
gonna say. Jam the door.
Sorry, what was your investigation roll?
21.
Yeah, there's fucking a place where you could jam up the door. At the very edge, it looks like where it can like slide in and out of like the recess in it. There's a narrower gap at the base that it has to overlap that could be halted, but you don't see any exposed servos or anything. But you do see a spot where it has a choke point.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking choke point.
Are you sticking your axe in, or what are you putting in there?
This guy has his. Does Hank think his gun could fit in? Like, this
That or
guy
a
that
stun
he's
baton.
choking? Yeah, or a stun baton.
Probably could. Probably the stun baton would fit in there better than the gun would.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking yoink the stun baton and then just shove it in the door and make it as painful as possible to fucking open.
Usually that'd be some form of whatever. It's cool enough. You walk over, and this guy is like trying to like slap at Alwyn's arm, but he's quickly losing consciousness, and he is not paying enough attention to fight you off. Besides just some weak kicks in your direction, and you are able to take the stun baton off of him. Give me your attack roll on the door. We've had 2 rounds of combat. So far, these two have just hit inanimate objects the entire time.
That is an 18.
No,
I mean, this guy's an inanimate object.
All right, 18.
Wow.
Roll 1d8 damage for me real quick, and if you want to divine smite it, you can. I'll tell you now, the better you can wedge this in, the harder it's going to... Like, they're effectively going to try to beat out your damage dice to open this thing. So the more damage you want to put on it... Yeah, the more damage you want to put on it.
13 points of damage.
Okay, 13 points of damage to stop her that door. They have to beat a damage threshold of 13 to get it back open. And that's to effectively break this device holding it.
Hank is then going to use... try and at least open up this door, and then that's, I think, all he can reasonably do.
Yeah, I think we're stretching credulity of 6 seconds at this point. I'll say that sure, you can open the door for Alwyn's locker, but you're not able to start throwing him anything yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alan, I think that we should exfiltrate.
Sure. That is the marshal ship. They are still getting their engines turned on and moving to get into position. They have probably another 2 turns until they're on a good firing arc for the Soleil. But the Soleil is moving fast out of the way. top of initiative round, that is the Sacrificium Soleil. You all still don't notice anything. That none of them gave a sign that anything was happening. Nothing's changed. The ship is just turning and getting on a firing trajectory with you all.
Oh, baby. Coming around the
You are technically within range of the disadvantage shot on the cannon. At this point, though.
I don't have the inspiration anymore if something goes wrong with that.
I can give you mine.
I have not been rolling well, though, and plus I don't think it'd be my shot. I think it'd be the captain's.
The captain is a fairly good shot.
She does roll better than me in her attacks.
The captain knows what she's doing with shooting on board the ship. I think she's kind of weighing out in her head if she should take the shot with disadvantage or not. What do you all think? I'll leave this up to you two, if you think the ship should fire, or if you all should do anything, or just try to dodge out of the way, take a more circumnavigate. Yeah, some evasive action, try to dodge where these cannons are going to be. What do you think we should do?
I mean, especially if it's starting from nothing, it shouldn't have the turning radius to be able to turn. Like if we angle right, I feel like we should be able to stay.
Well, they still have 3 engines up, and they're not like a terribly slow ship. So you all are headed on like a straight trajectory towards them. So they will be able to get an angle on you eventually. She's just kind of banking on you all getting your shot off before that happens.
I mean, I think we either let's take the shot now, or we have to wait until we're in range. Which is...
Well, yes, those are the 2 options.
Well, I was supposed to like next turn. We're not going to be in range next turn.
So you'll be... The speed that the ship is moving and everything, the Sacrificial Soleil, you all will be within range of firing the shot without being at disadvantage next turn.
Oh. I think we wait until next turn then.
We're just...
Isn't it like half the distance?
Yeah, but so it's 400 to 200, but your ship's moving at full speed on this, and I believe we said that the old Sacrificium Soleil could move like 150 feet in a turn if she's at full sail. So this one can move about 250 feet a turn.
But we're not going to get to the ship in for 8 turns?
Something like that, man.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Listen, man.
I think if we only have to wait...
There's a lot going on. Give me a bit.
Really
we only have to wait until next turn to get non-disadvantage. I think we wait.
What was the range on the old cannons? Maybe I was being really prejudiced with the 200 feet.
Vehicles are some of the most jankiest, bullshit, weirdest things to have rulings that are...
You know, the best part is... DM is you're the
okay.
DM and you
all right. Here's what it is. Here's what it is. The cannon's range is 600 feet to 2,400. So I'm okay with that being the same range of this canister shot that we're doing. So you're at the 2,400 range. That's why you can take the shot with disadvantage. But you all are moving 250 feet per turn. And that was starting at 10 turns, so that makes sense. So we started initiative when you just were within range of the disadvantage shot at 2,500 feet. You're moving 10 turns to get at this ship 0 feet away. So you all could disembark sooner or earlier, but 10 turns is that max range 2,500 feet up to where the ship is currently. So by that logic, to get within the range of the 600 not disadvantaged shot, you would be 3 turns away from the other ship. So instead of being turn 6, it'd be turn 3. You talked yourself into waiting 4 more turns. Congratulations.
Which also means we're shooting at you with disadvantage if that's the case.
That is the case.
Damn it.
What just happened?
What happened is Aster successfully negotiated me down for being able to fire this cannon next turn to being able to fire it 4 turns from now.
No! The next turn! Meow!
If you have the shot, take it.
You motherfucker.
How about this? We'll be in the middle here. We'll say it's 1,200 feet for the regular shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Take
cast
it or leave
fairy
it.
fire. Cast fairy fire on the other ship, so it cancels out our disadvantage. I don't
You
know if
are.
they'll let me cast it on things.
I don't think
but,
you're. I don't think fairy fire has a range of 600 feet either. So.
Listen, I have a dream and a prayer. Okay.
After the day that I know that your address, you're getting like 8 barrels of porcine.
All right. So, with what Aster has talked me into here, the Sacrificium Soleil is currently 1,750 feet away. So you all have another 500 feet, 2 turns to go until you're within range of your canister from firing.
No, you said next turn.
I
retcon this argument.
Nope. We did the math. We're
Take the shot.
take the shot with disadvantage, or you wait 2 more turns.
I believe in the captain and my inspiration that we can hit the shot.
I was even gonna say
hold on,
hit the heck and roll it because you
I
did
hate-
this.
I hate to pull up old things, but wasn't that thing designed to shoot from orbit?
It was meant to shoot from orbit, but not fast and not this kind of projectile. It was supposed to shoot a dispersal cloud that didn't have water in it to activate in the atmosphere. This has like a canister system, and it's not the ammunition used for it.
Yeah, I had to build a shell for it.
Okay, I'm with you.
I mean, you can fire something really slow moving and it'll hit atmosphere. Like, you don't have to. But anyway, so currently, yeah, you all are 1,750 feet away from the Marshal ship. And you want the captain to take the shot with the verdant spores.
That's
Dee Dee, what's your
I
vote?
think if she thinks she has it, she should take it. But yes.
Dee Dee?
Yeah.
Okay. If you both are saying, yeah, we're taking the shots.
Yeah.
All right. So here's how this is going to work. The captain knows what she's doing steering this ship. She's proficient
I only
in
make
this.
one.
You only made one.
Damn it.
You have a shot to do this with because you're not even sure how to reload this thing. The captain has a +9 to hit with this. The AC of this enemy ship, it is currently not moving. It's just turning to get you all in range. So it is a stationary target, and you are flying straight at it. So the AC you all are trying to beat is a 15. And the captain has a +9, but she is going to roll with disadvantage for the distance. And that is
I'm
a
saying now.
5 + 9, 14 would not hit it. And you want to use your inspiration.
I do. Absolutely.
All right, so this is the roll then. It needs to be a 6 or higher for you all to hit. 15 on the dice. The captain with a 24 lines up the shot, and the ship is slowly turning, getting the cannons starting to rotate and get towards you all. She fires, and there is a charge up in the room that you're in, Dee Dee, and you see a series of lights start going up the side of this canister as your round is loaded into where this arcane rail system is, and you see a line of glyphs light up blue and then start to get wider and wider until it sends this thing out with a slam of a power that halts the momentum of your all ship for a moment as this recoil happens, and the shell goes flying out and hits the side of this. Everyone on board the Marshal ship make a dexterity saving throw for me as verdant vines explode from this canister.
That's on that one. That's a 6.
You guys are just gonna hear from underneath this pleasure cruise it worked, it bloody worked, I knew it would work.
15.
Alan, since you're in range, you also get a +4.
+4 with dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Hank falls, but everyone else is okay. As a bunch of the marshals also stumble and fall, and a lot more alarm bells start sounding off in the marshalship as this entire area, all over the marshalship, a virtual forest is growing. The entire thing is engulfed in verdant spores. It is the largest amount of spores you all have seen besides like rainfalls on Lumar like months ago or weeks ago at this point that you all were on there. It is insane the amount of spores that this thing was just able to put out and completely clog this entire ship. This goes from looking like a spaceship to looking like an old derelict you would find somewhere deep in a jungle as these vines go into the bores of cannons, lock up all of the like surrounding joints of the area. Some of the cannons like creak and pop as they're bent out of place from the vines growing and spreading around them. All the engines on the ship are instantly choked for air and all go out as every single turbine is clogged with vines. Their visibility reduces to 0 as all of their windows are all over-covered with the massive explosion of verdant vines. Dee Dee, you hear from up in the top the captain go, "Fuck yeah, Dee Dee!"
Let's fucking go!
And the Sacrificium Soleil continues speeding forward as quickly as possible as the captain gives the call to arms for everyone to get ready to board. But the Marshal ship is now well and truly crippled in space. That is the Marshal's turn. This is not turned into a good day for our boys here.
Don't start, there won't be none.
Would it be, considering we have a couple minutes left, is that a good, I don't know how much more we plan for this.
Oh, God, it's almost 10:30 already, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to you all. Do you want to keep going with this until we get to a good conclusion here, or do you want to pause it right there with that shot going off?
I'm fine to keep going, but...
All right, well, we'll just kind of pick back up there then. The Marshal's turn next. They are going to start trying to get through this door that you just closed and locked.
Word? How dare they?
That is a couple hits. Okay. They start working on it and trying to beat the door open. They get like a little sliver of the door open and start like putting bars of metal in and trying to like pry it the rest of the way open. You imagine you only have a like next turn they'll be in here. But right now there's just a sliver of the door open that they're trying to break through the rest of the way. Otherwise, throughout the ship, Ash, you see out the front windshield of your cruiser as more of the marshals go up the stairs to where the gunfire was. But a couple of them are directed to stay around down here and make sure no one is trying to sneak around.
Oh, I'm not sneaking around. I'm just sneaking in my ship, hoping the clap of my ass cheek doesn't alert the guards.
All right. That is the marshals. Ash, you are up.
Okay. Is it possible to turn on the systems for this ship to communicate with our ship without it alerting the two marshals who are here?
Maybe.
Basically, like, putting the key in the engine without actually turning on the engine.
Yeah, I'll say that the communication device can work separate. That makes sense to me.
Okay. I'm going to send a message to the captain then, or to the ship. If I may, as my action.
Yeah, absolutely. This is connected to the Soleil right away. So you tap on the communicator and you hear the captain say, "Hey, is that the cruiser? Who's on there?"
Captain, it's me. It's Ash.
Ash, what the fuck are you all doing?
long story short, Hank and Alwyn were put in a jail cell with their things removed. I managed to, with a disguise, keep myself hidden. I'm on the cruiser right now. They are currently being swarmed by about half a dozen of those marshals, and there's nothing I can do to help them. I don't know how they're going to get out, and I managed to blow up one of their engines, but something just hit us.
Yeah, that was us. We disabled the guns and the engines, so you're all dead in the water over there.
Oh, perfect. I don't know what I can do to help them or to help you.
Can you give us an entry point? We got a couple teams that we're going to send over once we get close enough.
Oh, yes. And I'll tell them about the vehicle bay and how there's this opening here where ships come in and out.
It is currently closed because the ship is locked down, so you would have to get that open from the inside. They don't have a way to open it from the out.
I don't have my key card anymore.
Nope.
You do not.
I'm gonna, last bit of the message, ask the captain, like, how long until you get here?
She looks at the instruments and eyeballs it for a second and kind of like sighs and goes, I don't know, another minute perhaps?
Ash sighs. I don't... Fuck, fine, I'll go get it open.
You got a minute. We're off your starboard, but we're coming up quick.
Okay. Here we go. That was my action. I guess I'm still disguised as James. But... man, fuck. Yeah, I don't have an action to cast any spells. So, you know? Fuck it, we ball. I'm keeping the disguise on, but I am dashing, well, not literally dashing, but leaving the ship and heading towards, would it be the bridge?
You tell me, my man. Where are you going?
I mean, to get this door open.
There's a panel inside this room to get the door open.
Oh! That's much easier then. Yeah, I want to go to where that is. Where's that?
Yeah, sure. It's over on this wall right here.
Which wall?
Right here.
I'm blind.
Let me use this console right here.
Oh. Okay. I guess I'll stay hiding then. I'm outside of the ship, hiding behind it then, and I'll end my turn there as I start planning my... You know what? Fuck it. Full movement. Just walk out of the ship. We're gonna head towards the console. Still disguised.
Okay, you can make it to about there.
Okay. I'll end my turn there then.
Okay, you start walking confidently out of the cruiser. Are you doing it stealthily, or...?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be seen, but
Sure.
I am trying to move quickly.
Give me a stealth check, because these two guys are in here and watching this, and you are walking out of this cruiser.
They see me.
This guy over in the corner looks over at you and tilts his head and goes, James, what are you doing in that fucking cruiser? Wait, didn't I see you go up the stairs?
Making sure it was secure. Wait, you saw me go up the... Go check on him, I'm gonna say as I point on the stairs.
Give me a persuasion check.
There we go. 21.
Okay. He goes, shit, and starts running this way. As his partner turns and looks at you and squints a bit, trying to give you a bit more of a once-over than his partner did. But we'll say that is it for Ash downstairs.
Okie dokie.
Alwyn, that's you.
Alright, let me see if we can finish choking this motherfucker out.
Yep. Oh, he rolled with disadvantage. He got a 1 and a 2 on his end. He is just about unconscious.
Yeah,
a 6 is enough to beat a 1. He is very weak and feeble at the very end of this, and 3 rounds of being choked out, he goes limp in your arms and just falls out and falls unconscious at your feet.
Yeah, okay. My shit's open, so... Shink.
So you used your action to knock him out. If you're wanting to just grab your stuff, it's kind of like the free object interaction thing. You have 1 free object interaction, so you can either go through and like stuff all your stuff in a box and pick the box up, or you can like equip something to yourself. Like you can pull out or you can like strap on your pistol belt so you have your rounds in your pistol, or you can like put on your jacket or some other item of clothing, or like your hat, or So it's either grab all your stuff or arm yourself with an individual thing and then grab all of your stuff next turn.
I'm gonna pull the shotgun out for right now then.
Okay. You have your shotgun back.
Yeah. And then I'll pass it over to Hank so he can probably finish putting his shit on.
All right, yeah, Hank, that's you.
Question: this room, there's this gap like over here. Can I see into the cargo bay from here?
Yeah.
Okay. Hank's going to use his item action to just like grab his stuff. Then he's gonna walk like here-ish, and he's just gonna. Can he see like into the cockpit from here?
No. You wouldn't be able to see into the cockpit from there, no.
Okay.
Just getting down to like your character level here, you'd be able to. Let's see. No, you'd just be able to. You could see that is the cargo bay down there, but you'd have to like jump onto that other platform and then down into the cargo bay. You do hear marshals out in that hallway though, so if you do try to make that, they would see you over there.
Okay. So I've got my stuff just like in a box.
You have your axe equipped and the rest of the stuff like under your arm, wrapped up in your coat, effectively.
Okay. Then I guess he's not going to jump over, but he's just going to get close enough that he can, like, actually look at the cruiser.
If you get over there, you do see that Marshall is right here, and he points his... All right, they're trying to get down to the hold! And points a gun at you. Are you okay with that? Is that where you want to end up?
I'm going... There's not a lot of good places.
To escape from the jail? I know, right?
The way Misty Step works, it's like I go to an unoccupied space that I can see, right?
Yeah.
Is that like instantaneous? Like.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think the best thing for me to do is just instantly Misty Step like into the actual cockpit from here.
Oh. I don't think you can see into the cockpit from here.
Okay.
You could land on top of the ship or like behind it in a corner.
Yep. Then I'm going to Misty Step into the back by that red thing. Let me actually just measure it out.
You're gonna Misty Step over there?
Yeah, just Misty Step directly behind the. Actually, wait. There's a fucking room directly across. I'm just gonna Misty Step. Actually, no, yeah, I'm just gonna Misty Step directly behind the fucking ship.
Give me
just, like,
a stealth check.
Okay. God, it's me, Siren. I'm begging you. That's a 9.
9. Ash, you hear as Hank, not able to super see where he's going, stumbles a bit as he Misty steps down and behind this ship. So you hear that happen, and so does this guy. And this guy over here screams, "Hey, he's escaping down here! Quick!" And yells for people to start coming down this way. But you hear that happen too, and you can see Hank behind the cruiser.
Good and also awful.
Yeah, and now Alwyn's all alone, and they're going to have that door open next turn. All right, is that your turn, Hank?
Yeah. Bonus action, movement. I've got still my action, right?
I guess so, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I've been pretty generous with your free object interactions, but we'll say that's fine.
I can't really do anything with like an action, so yeah, I'm not going to.
By the way, you don't know that this is Ash. This is a marshal right here that you see.
Oh yeah, then fuck. I'm going to use my dash action to just fucking like properly.
You wouldn't go and attack
Die.
that marshal beside you with your axe?
No, because I movement left.
Okay.
I could run in. And,
Sure. So you're diving and getting behind your cruiser over on this side.
Yeah, that's why I'm hiding behind it. Because he doesn't know that it's unlocked, so I'm just gonna fucking dive in.
Sure. That is the marshal ship's turn, and it is completely crippled. The verdant shot hit perfectly, and it can't move or shoot. So it is stuck in space right now. That is the Soleil's turn, which speeds forward 6 turns away now and 1,500 feet. Now, it's the marshal's turn. This guy yells, "He's down here, quick!" and runs over. This guy comes down. This guy gets down. And this guy can make his way down. There's some more people coming, but they're upstairs still. Starting to make their way down. As a big part of the crowd around that door peel off, but not enough to save Alwyn. And that's 2 of them that can get shots on you, Hank. You are still currently not wearing your armor because you didn't go through equipping that yet. All right, so first one, pistol is a 17.
Hits.
For 12 points of damage. The second one misses with a 2. But these other guys aren't close enough to start taking shots yet, but there's a lot of them coming. Upstairs at that door that you're at, Alwyn, they might be able to bust this door down this turn. So we're going to roll this first. Natural 20 to hit. Okay.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why Hank just kind of left me here. That's kind of fucked up.
They open the door. 2 of them had been working on getting the door open. The other 3, though, are going to open fire on you. So you've got 2 pistols and 1 shotgun coming your way. You're not wearing any armor currently, so what is your AC without armor?
Usually it's Dex plus 10.
That's just going to be a 13.
Okay, so the first pistol hits with a 16 then. That is 10 points of damage. Second pistol hits with a 23. That's another 10 points of damage. Shotgun is going to come for you. That's a hit with the shotgun for 13 points of damage.
Thanks, Hank.
as these guys just start lighting you the fuck up. The other two are dropping their crowbars and pulling out their pistols, but they don't get to do that this same turn. But otherwise, those 5 at the door are there. This one is running down here. You see this one hesitate for a second and then continue going downstairs as they're pretty sure their friends have got you under control. And they're going to start moving in here towards you with their movement. All right. That's the marshal's turn. Ash, you see a bunch of marshals coming down here and opening fire at Hank.
God, you just made my job so much harder. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. I have enough movement to get to this console, so I'm gonna do it. I look like I'm sidestepping, though, as though I'm trying to keep an eye on Hank. I see everyone else has weapons, and so I'm just gonna go for the console, as they seem...
Now, there is someone standing in front of it, and everyone has their weapons drawn trying to get this guy, and as you start walking over, they motion for you to move around the back and get this guy from behind. How are you getting over there without drawing suspicion to yourself?
Great question. It might be time, methinks. Are any of these guys James?
No, actually. You don't see James down here yet. But you do know he was one of the ones that just ran up the stairs, so he is probably close.
They're motioning me to go behind to where Hank is, but I'm gonna back up as I'm saying, the fake James is up there! The traitor, the infiltrator's up there! As I try to sneak my way around to get behind them to try and access the console.
Give me a persuasion check.
So many of these today.
You keep lying.
True.
So true.
You're not getting into combat, so you have to roll things.
No deception.
I'll say that's deception. Fine.
Okay. God fucking bless. That's a 23.
God fucking bless.
23. One of them says, so you're just approaching them and you're saying the traitor went upstairs, right?
Yes.
They're saying, he's fucking right there at the ship. We gotta make sure they don't escape first. As you start moving to the console. But this guy's gonna stay, like, right beside you watching what you're doing as you get over here. But these
That's
other
fine.
ones move forward. Give me a perception check as you walk over to that console, though.
Okay. This is the bad one. 13.
You look over your shoulder and you see James right here, starting to walk down.
Shit, there he is! Get him, boys! And I'm just gonna start working on the console, trying to get the door open. At this point, trying to get the console open, I don't care who sees it, and I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm just trying to be quick and successful.
Sure. All right. You walk over there and start working on the console. Give me a sleight of hand on the console.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You walk over and just start hitting the release buttons before anyone can really stop you from doing it. And the doors start to open. The initial barrier shield opens and only the blast door remains. But you'll have to do that on your next turn.
They can fucking try to get me is what they can try to do while I get this door open.
That might be what happens here. Alwyn, that's you.
Well, my buddy Hank, who I thought we were through thick and thin on, just kind of dips on me. So, yeah. I guess I'm grabbing my shit to leave. So bleeding profusely now. He just jumped over this little area right here, right?
He misty stepped from there. You don't see where he went. he was there at the corner, and then you heard shouting from somewhere below you. He didn't say where he was going.
Didn't say a damn thing. I look back and there's no Hank.
There was a mist shape like Hank where he used to be.
That son of a bitch. Yeah, just grabbing my shit under one arm. From my angle, though, I see the top of our cruiser, though, right?
Sure. Yeah, I'd say that you could probably see that.
Yeah, so...
If you do move from the space you're in currently, though, you will take 3 attacks of opportunity.
That's alright, I'm gonna Starlight Step.
Ooh, you fancy. Oh, wait, you still have your handcuffs on. Does Starlight Step take a semantic component?
I don't think so. Because I did it earlier.
I thought you Misty Stepped earlier.
Starlight Step is Misty Step.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's my racial. I mean, I'll check.
It doesn't say, so that's fine.
Alright. So
no components for it for Misty Step. Yeah, it's basically based off Phase Step, which doesn't require it. So
we're gonna go ahead and he's just gonna kind of back up a little bit here, holding the shotgun up, and then looking over his shoulder. He's gonna just burst into like a bunch of stars, and then appear. Oh, fuck! I gotta measure this out. Yep, he's gonna just Starlight Step behind in the air behind here, and then just drop behind the ship.
Sure, absolutely. Give me a dex save.
He is technically.
Oh god, the 5 just stopped. Dex save. Let me see what we got here. This is gonna hurt. It's +6, so it's 11.
11. Okay. You do kind of
within 10 feet, so you should also get the +4 from me.
Oh, he gets a +4, so up to a 15.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. With a 15, I'll say that you're just going to take 1 die of falling damage, so 2 damage, as you kind of just fall at a weird angle. You didn't have a good line of sight of where exactly you're going, so you stumble a bit and twist your ankle, but you get right behind where Hank is, and you see a bunch of guns pointing at where Hank is. As you disappear away, all the marshals upstairs say, "They're in the hold! Quick, down!" And they all shout that everyone is in the hold right now. So,
well, fuck did I just get into? I'm going to... God, I can't see shit here.
Get on the ship.
Yeah,
I've got an idea.
I don't like your fucking ideas. I'm gonna shoot my shotgun then at the closest one.
Okay. You see that there are 5 marshals here in this little circle right here.
Yeah, I'm just shooting at the closest one.
Okay, this one right here?
Yep.
Sure. Go ahead and give me your shot.
Oh, did I roll it? Fucking disappeared. Okay. Oh, I did roll. Okay, well, the first shot's probably gonna miss then, and then the second shot is 11 plus... what's my... +8, so it's 19
Yeah,
for the
19 will
second
hit.
shot. And what was the shotgun damage? I'm sorry, we said it was what, 2...
Oh, wait, hold on a second. You are
Out of range.
you're not out of range. It'd just be with disadvantage that you'd be shooting because it's past 30
so
feet.
I'll shoot the second one again. Alright, so I missed then.
Yep, that'll miss. Yeah. A plus 9. Yeah, they have a 16 AC, so miss.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, he's just firing off.
Yeah, there's a very loud ringing beside your head, Hank, as Alwood fires a shotgun over your shoulder.
And then he's gonna dip behind the
And now Hank is the meat shield.
Yeah.
New meat shield acquired.
Kaku.
Well, that's a really funny story, huh?
Alright, Hank, you're up.
The door is still open for the cockpit, right? It's unlocked by Ash.
The door is open, yeah.
This is going to not be the greatest idea. Hank was close enough to hear that conversation about, like, the guy shouting about the traitors upstairs, right? Because I want to see if Hank would realize at this point that maybe the person, like, messing around with the console is, possibly Ash.
I'm gonna say you don't know. I like it's disguised self, so he just looks like the other marshals, and there's a lot of them moving around.
I would also agree with that because Ash is doing nothing to distinguish himself in this moment.
If anything, you think this guy is probably making sure the door behind you closes again or something, and you would assume that Ash is somewhere fucking with the door.
Okay, well, Hank is going to get into the ship, and he is going to turn it on and ram the crowd.
Sorry, say that again real quick.
Hank is going to get into the ship.
Yep.
And he's going to drive it forward into the crowd.
Okay, so you're going to hit Ash and 4 other marshals with a ship.
Because Hank would, at this point, if he genuinely doesn't know, he would take that risk that better to knock everyone down.
Oh, it's gonna do more than knock him down, my guy. Okay, so I am gonna Google real quick how much damage being hit by a car would do in D&D. So give me 1 second.
To be fair, he does have to turn it on, start it up, and then also move forward. Because I did not fully turn it on when I sent the message.
Sure. Sure.
And yeah, I could spend my first turn just fucking turning it on. But I will be going ramming speed next turn.
I don't know. I feel like he could do that in 6 seconds where he could just turn the car on and hit the gas pedal. Like, that's essentially all he's doing.
I mean, I am also technically not proficient in the ship yet.
I mean, you don't need that to go forward. I don't know.
Nah, I'll live.
Let's just fucking do it. I like that so much. Let's just... You, Alan, are you getting in the... or are you staying back there?
Well, I don't want to be on the outside in case he hits this thing in reverse, so yeah, I'll fucking, I guess, burn a reaction and like, fall into the damn thing.
Yeah, you, fall into the damn thing as, Hank turns it on and then immediately throttles it forward into this crowd of marshals over here. Ash, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Technically, since I am closer, does he also get the +4?
No, because you don't know he's your ally, so...
Would I have... I'm going to answer the answer is no, but would I happen to know what the DC is?
No, you wouldn't.
Okay. Well, I'm going to... I rolled a 9. I'm going to use my Favored by the Gods to roll an additional 2d4. And that's going to become a 13.
Okay. 13 is not enough, unfortunately.
Okay.
But don't worry. Literally all of the marshals fail with you. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So, This is a cruiser that is flying to hit you all. Effectively, a sedan is going to ram into you all. It doesn't have a huge amount of runway going here. So I'd say let's do... What velocity could we get up to here? This is going to be fall damage. No, it's... Oh, actually, Descent into Avernus has rules on vehicle collision.
Jeez. Okay.
This is wildly specific.
So it's 6d10 if you get run over or collide with a vehicle, and 4d10 strength save of half if you're inside a vehicle that gets hit. So Siren roll, or Hank roll 6d10 damage for me.
Jesus.
Ooh,
I'll get my fireball.
slow. That's slow.
Okay, 27. Everyone, including Ash, gets knocked down. You all are knocked prone as you are run over by a car. And several of the marshals are incredibly injured. Ash, you take also that full 27 points of damage.
Barely a scratch with my temporary HP active at all time.
Barely a scratch, but you are pushed away from the console and knocked prone as the ship hits
most
you.
annoying thing, honestly.
Yeah. All right, so you all crash the ship into the far side of the hangar, running over some of the marshals, and unbeknownst to you, Ash, is that the end of your turn, Hank?
That sounds about right. There's no way I could justify I open the door and I slap on the console.
Right. Like just pulling up to a toll booth and just hitting the console and then backing up. That is the marshal ship, which is crippled. Top of the round is the Sacrificium Soleil, just a short 1,200 feet away. As you all are still speeding, now 5 rounds closer. Only 5 rounds left until you're actually at the marshal ship. But you still see nothing happening. They've not done anything to alert anyone besides Ash communicating with the captain to get there. And that was a turn ago, so... Are you all doing anything aboard the Soleil?
Boy, I don't feel like I have a reason to.
God.
Are we in the distance of when we would... no, we're not.
No, we're not close enough to do jack shit yet. We got a lucky shot off.
I mean, I had faith in the captain. Don't give me that.
We are sending our thoughts and prayers. That's what we're doing.
I mean, hop on the bike is what we could do, but also how long would it take us to get there?
I mean, yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
By the time we get there, it would be resolved. One way or another.
Alright.
There's no way they don't believe that Ash is 100% the real guy after I hit him with a car.
Ash is still in disguise self. There's no reason it would have dropped, so they don't know what there's a crumble of... What's a group of run-over marshals called?
A crumble.
A crumble of marshals on the ground. That's all they know.
A pig pen?
Ooh, I like that. All right, Sacrificial Soleil moves a step closer. Marshal's turn. You hear some of the marshals screaming, "They're trying to get out from the docking bay! Everyone, to the docking bay!" There is a couple guys that go into the armory. And grab some stuff from the armory as everyone else starts heading down these stairs.
Okay.
These guys are here. What are they going to do? I think they're just going to start firing on the cruiser. So let's see what the vehicle AC of your cruiser is. All right, we're going to say that this cruiser has an AC of 15 and 125 hit points with a 15 damage threshold. So this guy and a couple of the other marshals are coming down the staircase, and they're going to start firing. Trying to take out your all's cruiser here. So I've got 7 shots heading towards your cruiser right now. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, miss, miss, and hit. So 4 hits.
4.
And let's see how many of these break that damage threshold. That's 1 that does. That's 2. That one doesn't. That one does. All right. So 3 of them break the damage threshold, and sparks start flying up and cracks appear on the windshield of the cruiser as shotguns and pistols start opening fire on the cruiser. It's going to lose 11 hit points. So down from 125 to 114. All right. These marshals are going to stand up as well with half their movement. I'm missing a marshal somewhere, but that's fine. He's underneath the car, I think.
He has been fully run over.
A couple of them are going to move back here and try to get in. Try to force open the door, but are unsuccessful. You just hear them like pounding and trying to pry open the doors to the back of the cruiser. Ash, that is your turn.
Okay, have my movement to stand up.
Yep, and there's a car parked currently on the console.
It's on the console.
It's pretty darn close to it.
Can I just like spend all of my movement, what's left of it, to climb onto the console and just hit the open button? Open door, door stuck, door stuck.
Give me a acrobatics check.
Okay. Fuck. 11.
11. Okay. You scramble, try to get over there, but I'm imagining, Hank, you're trying to get people off your car right now, right?
I'm about to hit reverse and hit the people behind us.
So, this car is moving forward and then jerks back as you try to get onto the console and get around it. I'll let you still get over there if you want to take some points of damage from the car as it's trying to move.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
He's like hitting the fucking windshield right now.
We'll just call this like essentially like some falling damage. You're going to take 9 points of damage as the car like crushes you against the console for a second as Hank tries to maneuver his way out of this spot.
I think Ash was willing to put up with being ran over for the bit, but I think at this point now he is fully frustrated, and this guy, Sanctuary is still up, but it doesn't protect from area effects or perhaps being ran over by a fucking car. So the sky itself will finally drop. Ash is there. He's missing his coat and his hat, which was given to Hank earlier. And so he's just this flaming, angry, wife-beater wearing force of flame who is mashing buttons on the console to try to get this goddamn door open.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Fuck me. That's gonna be 12.
Okay. With a 12, you're having to go through a lockdown that you can't bypass without a key card. So you're trying to open it, but the blast doors will not open without a key card override, and you don't have one. I'll say you still have your action though. So you've used half your movement to stand up. You used an acrobatics and some movement to get over here, and it was a free object interaction to interact with the console. This marshal is right here trying to shoot out the window over there. These guys are all around you. if you have been made yet, no one's making a real obvious thing because for some reason getting run over really dazes everyone.
Yeah, one surprise.
But once your visage drops, they all look over at you and start pointing guns in your direction. So, but they are around you right there, and you're back to flame form.
Yep.
But you have an action still.
Fuck it, we ball. Can I use my action to try to yoinky sploinky one of those key cards on the guys who are like right next to me? The ones that also got ran over aren't in a daze.
Sure. We'll call that a grapple, an opposed grapple check to get one because they know you. Like they know you're not one of them now, so they're going to try to resist for sure. So that's a 15 you have to beat.
Okay. Nope.
You try to get the key card off one of those people. You both inside the car now see that Ash was one of the people you ran over, and he's trying to get a key card from somebody beside you, but he is like half on the ship right now.
Well,
You know-
to fucking kill me.
Yeah, if Ash didn't like you before, you just hit him with the fucking shuttle.
And we had such a great relationship on this first.
All right, Alwyn, that is your turn. You see what Ash is trying to do, though. He's trying to open the blast door to get you all out of here, but it seems to be on a lockdown right now.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Hank, you still have the fucking key, right?
Yeah, I do. Fucking take it.
I'm gonna run grab it, and then I'm gonna Misty Step through the window towards the console.
Quick reminder, you do still have handcuffs on.
Fuck! Hank, get these fucking things off of me! Fuck!
I don't
Use
have
your
any
axe!
more device knife.
Use your fucking axe, you son of a bitch! Just cut the damn things!
Oh no! Don't miss and take his hands off.
I was really nice letting you fire a shotgun with both your hands still bound. That's why it missed. Yeah.
If you
Well,
want to
I mean,
drag it,
my hands are still in front of me. I mean, I can hold the fucking key card and run over there, right? And or Starlight Step.
Sure. If that will be your last Starlight Step, won't it?
Yes, it'll be my third and last.
All right. So they are tinted windows. You can't see in, but you can see out. So you could Starlight Step out with the key card if you wanted to.
All right. Hank, run the fuckers over behind us, and yeah, fucking jabroning this shit, and yeah, okay, I'm gonna go help Ash.
All right, you Starlight Step out. Ash beside you, appearing out of like a nebula of stars, is Alwyn, still also in a wife beater and his boxers, wearing handcuffs in front of him, but with a key card between his fingers.
Ash doesn't say anything, he just shakes his head.
Yeah, I know. I hate him too. Looking at this fucking thing, does it look like it was already like waiting for the key card, or do I have to fucking punch shit in still?
No, I think Ash got it right to that point and was trying to steal a key card. So the last thing you have to do is hit the key card and then press the button.
I do that.
All right, you slap the key card on. It says Joshua approved, and the door opens, and you all have a open cargo bay here.
All right, I just want to try and jump on top of the fucking
Sure.
car.
I think I accidentally bumped you both upstairs. There. You're just going to be here. Yeah, you try to dive and get on top of the cruiser.
Yeah.
All right. Ash, you are half straddling one of the sides of the cruiser as Alloy is holding on to the roof, just kind of screaming into the windshield in front of Hank as 8 or 9 guns are pointed at the 3 of you right now. Hank, it is your turn.
I am fucking
Hank,
flooring
get
it
us the
tonight.
fuck out of here.
You floor it in reverse. And the 3 of you go rocketing out of this marshal ship. Alloy and Ash, give me an incredibly important dexterity saving throw.
Since I actually know they're there, they're getting the +4, right?
They do get the +4 this time. I'm going to go ahead and tell you...
Nice. It was nice knowing everyone.
What'd you get?
I'm ready to roll my new character, DM.
A 5.
All right, well,
Can
I got a. Oh, hold on. I got a 20. It's a dirty 20 for me. Can I use my reaction to try and just lock a foot around him or something?
I'll say you can use your reaction to give Ash advantage. You can give him the help action with your reaction.
All right.
So roll me another dex save, Ash.
Hang on, Ember Spark.
18.
You start to slip off. Alwyn stretches a foot out, and you're able to grab a hold of his ankle. It burns Alwyn like as soon as his hand touches you, and you lose your grip for a second and half slide down the windshield. You grab onto the very edge of the covering of the ship as you all go tilting backwards and slide a bit forward as Hank guns it in reverse out of the marshal ship.
I imagine the handcuffs actually get locked on like a ridge or something as they're holding on.
They attach the windshield wiper. So you both are being held by handcuffs attached to a windshield wiper as Hank is throttling you all backwards.
I'm going to fucking murder him the second we get back.
The marshal ship is currently still bound.
You can get him after me.
The Soleil moves closer. You all are now 1,000 feet away, and you see the cruiser leave the bottom of the ship. So the captain orders to open fire with the lasers. Now that they know that the boys are off. What?
Said that's what I trained him for.
Yep. So I'll let you roll. You have 4 attacks to make with the lasers. These are going to get a +5 to hit, and you're trying to beat a 15.
2 hits.
2 hits. All right. You can roll 3d6 for each of those hits.
So 66. 26.
That's a lot of 6s.
That was pretty dang good. The Sacrificial Soleil opens up fire, and you all on the little cruiser can see as little pops of sparks and debris start flying off of the marshal ship as these guns start tearing up into it. You watch as one of the engines on the starboard side starts to spark as one of the gunners really focuses on it, and a starboard engine blows up from the marshal ship as the Soleil starts biting into this.
Yeah,
All right.
I was gonna go over the thing to also tell them to try to focus on the engines.
Yep, you call that order out, and they get a really good couple of shots on the engines. That is the Marshal's turn, and they have one last-ditch effort that they can try. You all aboard the little cruiser watch as one of the Marshals that had gone up to the armory leaps from up there, landing down here, and firing a RPG at the cruiser.
Counterspell.
Counterspell the RPG.
You gotta be
I'll
fucking
do it.
shitting me.
I'll do it. I have a 3rd level spell slot.
You can't counterspell a rocket propelled grenade.
I'll fucking do it. I'll fucking do it.
I'll roll this in front of the board. you all are outside of the range for it right now, I think. How far, actually, did we get with that cruiser? I think if you were using your full movement to do it, probably got 500 feet away. So it will be with disadvantage. It has a +4 to hit, trying to hit the cruiser, which is 15 AC. So you need, for the disadvantage roll, to be below an 11.
8.
That's a 7. The RPG goes wide as Hank starts steering you all around to the corner and starts making a path towards the ship. Ash, that is your turn.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Actually, I think you all are on there now and you're far enough away that they can't take another shot. We'll probably drop initiative there. I think that's fine.
Okay.
And we're almost an hour past when we should have ended anyway. So we'll drop initiative with the Marshal ship completely stranded with the Verdant shot that Dee Dee had made. The Soleil continues to just open fire into the side of this ship. And as you all are moving away from it, Hank slows down enough to let the two of you kind of slide your way into the ship. And you all dock with the Soleil easily as the final shots are fired and the Marshal ship explodes in the Astral Ocean. The captain starts wheeling around the Soleil as you all get into the docking bay, and we will call it there for the night, everyone.
My